will be located yet. Shuttles will include 14 passenger vehicles, and passengers will be able to reserve a spot up to a week ahead of time on the Uber app. It is now 3:03. The Von Haessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Hey, good afternoon, Bill. Got a crash in Stockbridge, 75 southbound Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. Mostly on the left shoulder, but the flashing lights is causing a slowdown as you leave Highway 138. I-20 westbound into Cobb County, a little slow in the work zone from Panola Road, exit 71 over to Wesley Chapel. And several trouble spots pushed off to the right in Midtown downtown on 85 south past 400 in the connector south below 17th Street. All lanes are open, but you're going to stay on the brake lights with that afternoon commute for the ride down past Cortlandt Street. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy skies today with off and on rain showers. A few rumbles of thunder possible. High 78. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers. High near 80. Mostly cloudy with a few showers and storms on Thursday. Highs in the upper 70s.
67 in Mableton, 71 in Union City, and 70 in Johns Creek. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Haessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. Smile, Autumn. Smile. Oh, she's frozen. I thought she couldn't smile.
I thought it was RBF.
Her video was frozen.
Oh, man, I was putting all kinds of effort into my,
I'll tell you, so I can see you now.
Okay.
I'll tell you, smiling. George Clark, the man behind the glass, and we have the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
I gave the three of you the best cover today for not being at our big WSB Taco Town Hall today.
Oh, wow.
Gave you guys the best cover. I said that you were out there doing good work for the Earth today, for Earth Day. I know you were out there planting trees. I know Tim Andrews was picking up sticks and everything, having a good old time.
He was picking up sticks. I was planting trees. Autumn was foraging because it isn't.
Celebrate Earth Day. Celebrate Earth Day. Celebrate Earth Day. This is the best part of Earth Day.
The sea. Do the other thing. Why? Because it's Earth Day. Dance in the desert. Swing the breeze. Why?
Celebrate Earth Day.
Hell yeah.
Celebrate Earth Day.
Yes. I wait 365 days to hear that song once again.
366 this
Oh,
last.
did we have a leap?
Yeah.
I forgot about the leap. 366.
The leap.
The leap.
Do a leap.
Do a leap.
Do a lippa.
So yes, it's Earth Day.
It's a big day.
It's
Big day.
I've been out. I'm so tired. I'm worn out for all the trees that I've planted. That's metaphorical.
Is that what you call it?
That's what I call it, planting trees.
Autumn was foraging.
Autumn was out foraging her neighbor's backyards, and she lived yet again.
Yeah, I found a cooler outside on someone's porch.
Oh, that's cool.
Foraging.
That's like the earth just like gifted that up to you. Just here's a cooler.
I found an
I
iPad
foraged
on
this
somebody's
beer.
porch.
Really?
Yeah.
there
it
you
was
go.
still in the box.
Unbelievable.
Still in the box.
Why aren't they recycling?
I don't know, but you got yourself a brand new iPad.
Well, I took it to the recycling center, also known as the pawn shop.
Oh, very nice. Because we want to be nice to the earth. This is what I say. This is what the Von Haessler Doctrine says, because I say it. I think it's very important as we get very busy in our lives, we have a lot to do, that we take one day a year and be nice to the earth. Just one day. The other 364, do whatever the hell you want. Go crazy.
I made love to it this morning.
Trash.
Went out back.
Really?
Found a spot without any dog poop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, why your backyard's full of dog poop?
Well, we have 2 dogs.
Well, I know, but you're supposed to, like,
Well,
clean
my
up.
son's too young to make him go out and do it.
Oh, so you're waiting for your son to get old
Yeah,
enough to go
when
out
he's
and clean.
5 or 6.
Oh, and then he'll be the cleanup.
Yeah.
crew.
So we'll have 6 years of doo-doo to clean up.
I don't know
Well,
that
you
you
know,
want
it
to
rains a
bring.
lot.
I don't know you want to bring that Mansfield, Pennsylvania attitude to
No.
the
At
deep
least it's not
South,
my, it's not
friend.
it's not my basement.
I'm sure your
I
neighbor.
grew up with the basement where, you go down a week later and it's got white hair on it for some
Oh,
reason.
yeah. You and I, we come from the same white trash background, but we're grown men now.
Sure.
You gotta clean that yard, man. People might come over, play with your son, and they come back home, and they're like, you're never going over and playing with that family again.
Do you ever
They've got-
smell it when you're out in your carport? Like,
No, never. I have no sense of smell.
Oh, well, that's because of the smoking.
Ever since the smoking and the COVID, it just he
Yeah.
doesn't have it. He
I have
doesn't
long
smell.
smoked.
Well, if you need a good line, I know my mom, when we had our first dog, Daisy, growing up, our threat was always if we didn't go pick up after Daisy, that Daisy would get sent to the farm. So that got me going out
your
there.
mom just got right to it. If you don't pick up after Daisy, we're going to kill Daisy.
She's going to go to
Basically.
she's going to go to
okay,
the
to
farm.
a farm.
Yeah,
okay,
to a
well,
farm.
all right.
For me, as a kid, I didn't take it that way, but now that I think about it, I'm like, oh, maybe she did think that.
I tell my kids when they don't do things like taking out the dog, I say, I'm going to throw you in the river.
Wow. Wow.
Does it work?
That seems.
Yeah.
That first, there's.
At first, not anymore. They know it's an empty threat.
Yeah. Now they it's like
I'm going to cut your
So
leg
far-
off.
they get older. They're like, no, she's not going to throw us in the river. She's not gonna,
I
she's
know.
just she's all talk.
Next thing you know, it's
She's
3
not
in the
like that
morning.
lady I saw on the news. That lady, she would have thrown
Oh,
us in
yeah.
the river. No.
She's like, I got mugged by a, like
Person.
a Hispanic person. Like, oh, my God.
I think you guys thought I was referencing something I didn't even know I was referencing. So.
Susan Smith.
Oh, well, that wasn't a river. That was a lake, for heaven's
Oh,
sake. Come on.
well.
Know your
I'm-
facts.
Listen,
Know your
got to know your
details.
bodies of water. Okay.
Accuracy and tragic
If I
comedy.
was on Jeopardy and bodies of water
the category.
near true crime, true crime bodies of water, I would run the category. I guarantee you.
Oh, no.
Just he's gone. He's
I know.
long gone. It's
I
not.
don't know who hosts
it's
it.
it's the guy. He's all right.
Smarty
the guy
Pants?
with the lisp. Yeah.
Ken Jennings.
Yeah, it's Ken Jennings. He's a good guy.
That's the wrong answer.
He's got a little bit of a
to
lisp.
Mayim Bialik. I thought she was doing it.
She just tapped out at some point.
Oh,
I don't know why. I don't know what.
She does Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yes.
She does do that.
The tough one.
Okay.
Yeah, so Jennings apparently doesn't want to deal with the the dumbing down of the show for celebrities. So he allows her to come in and celebrities get to go on there and pretend that they're really, really smart. Although, if I was a celebrity, that's the last thing I would do. Even if I thought of myself as smarter than the average celebrity. If you want to really be embarrassed as a celebrity, have a bad day on Jeopardy.
Oh,
just
yeah.
go on there, just like walk out with a 0. You'll never live it down.
Isn't it that you have to owe your charity after a while?
Yes, so the charity comes looking for
Yeah.
you with legal subpoenas because you owe them money. You owe us $3,000. Now I think they all go with like 1,000 no matter what.
Yeah, they get money from
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, they'll get like 1,000 means you got 0 because they don't want to get the people's hopes up. George Clooney's out there. Oh, he's going to get a bunch of money for us.
Terrible actor.
What is Trump? What
First of all, can I say
Okay, I just want to. Yeah, first of all, yeah.
happy
go ahead.
birthday to Earth?
Oh yeah, Earth Day. What do you have to say as president? of
Well,
the United
I
States?
said happy birthday to the Earth. She's our mother. We gotta love our mother, right? I mean, you love your. I'm doing old Trump.
Yeah.
I love you too.
I love you
He's
too.
not the Godfather yet. He's like,
If he's struck by a bolt of lightning, I'm going to blame some of the people in this room. But I wanted to announce today, right here in the von Hessler Doctrine, besides the fact that Mars needs tariffs, because, I mean, the trade imbalance is terrible. We send so much to Mars.
yes.
Nothing back.
What does Mother Earth get back?
Mother Earth gets nothing but occasionally a meteorite, right? That they pour through and they go, oh, there might have been life. There might not have been life. We don't know because it's a rock. And we're going to declare war on Mars. Elon's working on the spaceships. Pete Hesketh is working on the plan. And
Okay.
you can find it on Telegram later.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Everyone will be privy to the plans.
Except the Martians. They don't have Wi-Fi for some reason. I don't know.
Well, this should be an easy. This is how you're celebrating Earth Day. Is you're going to declare war on other planets?
Well, I mean, we're going to
There's
start with
tariffs?
Mars. Venus has a problem. Venus has been sending us a lot of fentanyl. That Venetian fentanyl.
Yeah.
But we don't know. We can't pinpoint. But on
so-
Mars, we know. Mars, they needed women. They got the women.
They have candy bars.
They got candy. They got all sorts of Mars.
But
is
now,
in
what do we
trouble.
get? What do we get?
Well, look, we don't get nothing
That's right.
or anything.
That's right.
I mean, double negative and all that, but I'm tired.
Got a lot going on.
I mean, there's a guy on Mars, one guy on Mars who's always sending these giant bullets here. He uses and then he's always going, where's the kaboom? And I said, there's no kaboom.
Enjoy your lives.
But anyway, George Clooney, terrible actor.
Yeah, you gotta, you can't just go off the reservation like this.
Hey, wait a minute.
George
It's 2025.
No, George Clooney.
That's not an appropriate thing to say.
Oh, okay. You can't just go off. Wow, I'm being. Yeah, you're right.
I think we need to have a powwow and teach you about
No, that's the wrong thing to do.
Hey.
That's not. Oh.
No,
The First Nations.
What I'm saying is, you can't just go out of your mind like that.
Why?
I know you don't like people who don't like you.
I don't like
But
Clooney.
when going out there and saying that George Clooney is not a good actor,
He's
he's
not.
never been in a good movie. He's a great actor. He's been in a lot. He doesn't agree with you, but that doesn't mean that he's not. Well, here, let's just play a little thought experiment.
Little role play?
Little thought experiment.
Okay.
Let's say George Clooney's career is exactly the same, except for one difference.
Terrible movie.
He's a huge fan of Trump.
I love him. I love him. I mean,
Great actor.
Do you remember the ER before ER?
Yeah.
He was on a sitcom called ER. That was a lot better than this stupid show.
Okay, I got
Dr. Drama. But really, I mean, okay, your role play's
He's
fine.
on Roseanne.
Well, okay.
Look at that. See? You
Was
like
he really?
Roseanne?
George Clooney
Yes.
was on Roseanne.
He was on
Who did
Roseanne.
he play on there?
I don't know. He was a friend.
He
or
was the
something.
boss. Remember when they worked in the factory? No. Okay. Well, he was the boss of the factory. He was the
I'm
foreman.
not steeped in Roseanne trivia. What I wanted to say is that George Clooney, in reality, the role play aside, is that he hasn't done anything good since The Facts of Life.
No, that's not true.
Oh,
that's
it's
not true.
absolutely
You
true.
can't
Try
say.
it. Okay, go watch it and tell me.
You know what it
that
was,
you don't
Eric?
think
It
he
was
was
Burn
great.
after reading? I mean, he and
Never
Malkovich
saw
are
it. Never
unbelievable.
saw it.
Okay,
Never
well,
saw
what I'm
Not a
saying
big
is,
fan of
what I'm
Frances
saying is,
McDormand.
it's not going to go very far if any actor or anybody you don't like. It's one thing to say, hey, that person's an idiot or something, or they're stupid, but you're going to lose credibility at some point.
All right, Robert
Because
De Niro,
people-
good actor.
He is a good actor.
Until 1992.
Well, I mean, he's done a thing.
done a
here
couple
and there.
things.
Name one.
This Boy's Life.
Heat.
Heat. This Boy's Life.
This Boy's Life.
What changed things for you was George Clooney's Batman suit. That's what it was. You didn't like
the nipples?
You didn't like that. That's what it was right there. Things changed.
Granted, all good actors make at least one bad
Oh,
career
we got a
move.
foam suit. We better add nipples to it.
That was the sexiest Batman movie.
I liked that for some reason. I don't know when I watched
Yeah?
it. I never
So
went back.
bad.
Val Kilmer was far superior.
First, there was something very goofy about that movie that I thought was fun.
It was Batman and Robin, yeah.
Well,
I
I
think
didn't
you were
need Robin.
attracted to Uma Thurman.
Are you just
Terrible
making that
actors.
up, or did I used to tell you that I was attracted to Uma Thurman? Or
No, I just think she did the best job in that whole movie.
Schwarzenegger did the best job in the
Oh,
whole movie.
come on.
What are we talking about
Everybody,
here?
cheers.
And also, what
You know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
what about what's her face? It's Poison Ivy.
That's what I said, Uma Thurman.
No, I thought that was the person who does the talk show now. I thought she played Poison
Oprah?
Ivy. No, Barrymore. Drew Barrymore. I thought it was Drew Barrymore.
No, she was in a movie called Poison Ivy.
Oh, see how confused I get. You see this brain of mine? I get confused.
It was just like a
you've got your
sexy
wires
camp
crossed.
counselor type of thing.
Anyway,
And-
Clooney sucks.
no, he doesn't. You don't like him because
Every
he doesn't.
weirdo in the mid-'90s had that awful Caesar haircut.
Okay, admittedly, the Caesar haircut wasn't something that needed to take off the way that it did for a very
And
brief
Trump,
period
I don't
of
think
time.
you have any room to stand on haircuts.
That's right.
Why, mine's beautiful. Did you see it yesterday? Nice yellow.
Oh, I know. It's very
Very
springy.
Yeah, nice
Beaming
hue.
like the
Hue.
sun.
Yellow for sprang. It was very, very highlighty. Yellow highlighter. I liked it.
All right, Three Kings. I'll give you Three Kings.
He's done. Listen,
Three Kings,
you're
not
gonna
bad.
lose
Ice Cube
people.
is the best.
You're gonna lose people if you don't just say, "Hey, I think that guy's a moron for this reason or that." You can't just say things that aren't true, like that George Clooney's never made a good movie.
Rafe Fiennes never done anything.
You were putting on Truth Social that Rachel Zegler is a better actress than George Clooney, better actor.
Yeah, and I don't even know who she is.
It's the girl from Snow White.
The girl from Snow White. You're saying that she's
Wouldn't
better?
she be like 120?
You're
now?
just like, no, there was just a new Snow White.
Oh, the one with the
Yeah.
girl that looked nothing like Snow White?
Yeah, but
And then
you're
they-
out there saying that she's a better actor than George Clooney.
I've seen her. She does a hell of an impression of Sling Blade.
That wasn't real. That's a meme.
That's not from the movie?
That's not from the movie.
Okay.
That's a meme.
All right.
You got to be careful. You know, you'll see stuff online. It looks
get
real.
fooled real
You
easy.
get fooled.
It's AI. You got to be careful.
You got to bring Elon over. Have him just you know.
I get Barron over. Barron will be able to identify those deep fakes.
I go to him. I say, Barron, is this real? He looks up from his phone and says, "No, Dad."
No, Dad.
No, Dad. He sounds like
And then I go,
Giant.
I wonder what
I
he's.
like my suitcase.
I like my suitcase.
You wonder like he's at that age. How old is he now? 19? Barron?
I don't
18?
know, 30.
19, somewhere in there. 18, I
He's
think.
old.
18 or 19. And it's like I'm wondering like
He is 19.
Like, was there any pushback? Was there any rebellion? Was there any, because usually those are the years. I mean, Autumn, in those years, she was just rebelling against everything, including herself.
Absolutely. I'm still trying to rebel against my own body.
I know. And you're what I'm worried about is I think you're becoming successful at it. And I don't even know
I'm getting more and more like a gay man.
That's exactly, no, she wants to be a gay black man. That's she
true.
wants to be a sassy, gay black man. If she could if she could just blink her eyes and, she's not going to do one of these Rachel Dolezal things where she's going to walk around trying to pass herself off. She's just saying that in a fantasy world, if she could have the personality that she wants the most, if she could just blink her eyes, she would blink her eyes and suddenly she would be a sassy gay black man. You would walk with your new fashion in front of her, and she would just tear you down.
So much freedom.
I know you do. So when you're sassy like that, you get away with stuff. Like people give you a pass. Like, oh well, that's just the way that's the way he is.
That's Autumn
sassy.
being Autumn.
That's Autumn being. That's what
Chris Collinsworth
says. That's Autumn being Autumn.
That's just Autumn being a gay black guy.
Sassy as can be.
Oh, she's the new Billy Porter.
I'll tell you what bothers me about Billy Porter. He just always has this, whenever I see him on TV, he just has he seems to be throwing off this attitude that says, I'm more enlightened than you are. Like this arrogance. I think there's a thing that should be called enlightenment arrogance. People who seem to have convinced themselves that they're more enlightened than anyone around them, and they carry themselves that way. Like they walk around like, oh, look at me. I'm so very, very, very enlightened. And you're average trash is what you are.
You're an idiot.
Did you go to college for the performing arts? I didn't think so.
He and George Takei, very similar.
Yeah. They have enlightenment arrogance. Other than that, I'm sure they're very nice people. But
I do like his dresses.
Just some people just carry themselves in such a way that I'm more enlightened than you are. Is there a board of certification for this sort of thing? Does somebody decide this?
The Enlightenment Board.
Oh, do you have a certificate of enlightenment or something like that I don't have?
I have a PhD
where's
in
yours?
enlightenment.
I guess I don't have it. I didn't know that I was supposed to.
You are
try
board
for
eligible,
it.
though.
We're all board eligible for everything. I mean, so long as the board isn't just kind of like, a bigot and going after people and saying you can't be eligible. I mean, I think we're all
you could be
board
eligible for that, but are you going to sign up to be on that board? I don't think so.
Well, no, but I'm saying board eligibility is open for everybody, right? If you do the things you need to do in order for the board to take a look at you to see if you're eligible. Listen to that. You call that professionalism?
I know. God,
Get rid of the dog.
Get rid of the dog.
Get
On
rid of
Earth
the
Day,
dog.
can
On
you get
Earth
rid of the
Day.
dog?
Sure, I'll bury him in the earth.
No. Give him to the people next door. Send him to the farm.
Oh.
Send him to the farm.
Sure. Oh, I'll put him in the river.
No. You know what?
What? But I thought that was part of the earth.
No.
You're close by. I'll send Barron over to get him.
That's right.
I'll put him in a lake. Is that better?
Do you know how many people have no idea that you're joking? But it's not your
Right.
fault.
I can't believe that you're talking about killing
Right
dog.
now. Right
They
now.
can go ahead and think that if they want to. They're dumb for that.
I guarantee you that people are picking. Oh, I can't believe how did they put a show on there to.
She said she was going to throw those kids and her dog in the river.
They're called defacts on you.
I don't like her.
Is it defacts in Maryland? What's it called in Maryland? Sometimes they have a little bit of a different name.
MFAX. MFAX in Maryland.
Why would it be DFAX in Georgia if it's MFAX in
It's
Maryland?
Department
Of something.
of
Family and children's
that's something like that.
yeah, or whatever. I don't know.
I choked on my Amber Edition Red Bull.
Oh, that looks delicious.
Yeah, that is your drink. You've had that.
Is it yellow?
It tastes like amber.
The problem
It's orange.
The problem, as I've said before, I used to always get, when I had a Red Bull, it was only because I had to have a Red Bull. Didn't really, the taste, it tastes like baby aspirin or something. And it's not the great, carbonated baby aspirin. And it's not the greatest taste in the world. And so when I had a Red Bull before, it was always, oh, this guy needs a Red Bull. Then I came across these, and I actually like the flavor.
I think you're on a streak.
So this is dangerous. My heart will explode.
You're on a streak of like 3 weeks of having one of those per show.
Yeah, I'm wanting that heart to explode. Trying to explode my heart.
Trying to get
What
that
do you have the
butterfly heart.
sugar-free ones? They're only 10 calories.
Yeah, anything sugar-free, it just, I can't handle it.
I prefer the sugar-free ones.
Well, good for you. Well, I would just
I'm
say,
better than you.
With her enlightenment arrogance. You and Billy Porter enjoying
That's
your
right.
sugar-free drinks.
And I'm giving back to the earth by putting things in the rivers
whenever things are sugar-free, there's just something missing, and I think I know what it is. Sugar. But it's like a sugary thing. If I'm not going to have sugar, then what I'm having, I don't want to have any kind of relationship to sugar. I don't want to miss the sugar in the item that I'm so sugar-free things and low sugar things and diet. Don't do it for me.
But
if I'm not going to have sugar,
sugar,
I want asparagus or something. What?
So this is not this sugar-free Red Bull doesn't have a replacement for sugar.
Right. That's
which
the
is
problem.
good because no, I think the thing that you're referring to is when when companies or products try to replace the sugar with like aspartame or something else.
Yeah, and then that gives you the gout.
Stevia.
It gives you the gout. It gives you that weird, like, to me, it's almost like in the beside my tongue, like on either side of my tongue, it's like.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling.
It's a weird feeling.
For me, it's a hollowness at the center of the taste sensation. That's the only way I can put it.
Your taste soul.
Yeah, there's just all the taste are there, and then there's just this hollow thing at the center of it.
That's your addiction right there. That's your addiction to sugar.
Well, I may be addicted. Well, I am addicted to sugar.
You're addicted.
You can just call me.
You have a problem.
Why don't you just call me an American? I mean, unless doctors have taken you off of it because you're going to die tomorrow with it, we're all addicted to sugar.
That's why you got to go.
We all need sugar.
I'd like to do something about it.
You don't need it. Your body will make it if you don't eat it.
That's why I'm declaring today a war on sugar.
And a celebration of Earth.
Hang on a minute. Where is sugar?
Sugar. Look, ask
Is it in the Gulf of America?
No. It's everywhere, actually. Sugar is everywhere.
Okay.
Just, hey, I believe Hegseth has texted the plans, war plans to all of us.
I got it.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Yeah, so
Twitter
live.
we're all in on it.
I'll put it on
Actually, I like this Hegseth because he knows, sometimes war plans can go bad. Why not put them out there? Let people respond. Hey, this could be a good idea, a bad idea. Tweak it a little bit.
How many upvotes is it going to get on Reddit?
That's the way to do it. This Hegseth actually is really about the future. As Autumn has said, you have war plans. He puts them out there on Reddit to see which ones get the upvotes. If they get enough upvotes, then we use it in the theater of war.
To that point,
3 million heads are better than one.
To that point,
crowdsourcing your war plans is about tomorrow. Thank you.
Yesterday, Nikki Haley, you remember her? She was a former presidential candidate.
Yeah, she was
South Carolina,
some
something.
private equity group's idea of a great next president.
She was yesterday giving you the "I told you so" about Tulsi Gabbard because they don't want to go to war with Iran. But
I told you so, man. Old Nikki would have done whatever the hell the intelligence agencies told her to do, the way presidents have been doing for the last 100 years. What's wrong? I told you so.
We're being soft on the world stage, Eric.
Look, we could be having a perfectly fun war with Iran right now if you guys would have listened to me.
I could have got you mired down in another 10, 20-year war.
Isn't the experience that all of these foreign wars always end up working out fantastically? So applause to Nikki Haley for reminding us that had we gone the right way in history, we'd be in yet another foreign war.
When it comes to your home, quality is crucial. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. Quality comes first. We have the most experienced exterior craftsmen in the industry.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
404-793-0000, 1 Glen Lake Parkway Northeast, Atlanta.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers, to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
Now open at 54 Bullsboro Drive, Home Outlet Noonan. Break up with your big box store and discover a better way to tackle home improvement. Employee-owned Home Outlet delivers the guaranteed lowest prices on a wide selection of quality in-stock kitchens, baths, floors, and more. Take advantage of our free services, including expert kitchen planning and accurate estimates for baths, floors, doors, and windows. Shop in-store or online at homeoutlet.com.
Home Outlet is your home store.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Visit my friends at Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort. This is Scott Slade. They specialize in exquisite handcrafted fine jewelry and natural mined diamonds, never mass-produced. It's where I've been doing business for over 25 years. Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top story, the funeral for Pope Francis set for Saturday in St. Peter's Square with public viewing of his body starting tomorrow. CBS's Seth Doan reports every ceremony is a step rooted in tradition.
On Friday evening, they'll put a veil over his face. They'll close the coffin. Inside the coffin go some coins dated from when he was Pope, from during his papacy, and also some of the documents, a little story of his papacy. That's part of this great tradition that we're seeing unfold.
Cardinals are now planning the conclave to elect the Pope's successor. The Fayette County Sheriff's Office is warning parents about THC-laced products that look like candy.
It's the way they're packaged that is almost a facsimile, almost absolute copy of typical candy that kids love.
Sheriff Barry Babb says during a recent traffic stop, deputies recovered a large number of the products. Some of them were disguised as Skittles, Doritos, Oreos, Starburst, Chips Ahoy, and more. It makes it very easy for children to mistake them for actual candy. As Delta Airlines marks 100 years in the skies and looks ahead to the next century, Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens talks about the importance of Atlanta's hometown airline.
So geographically, we're wonderfully located, and also a 2-hour flight to 80% of the United States. So that allows us to get places, and with a fantastic airline like Delta, mostly in a nonstop fashion.
Delta CEO Ed Bastian says overseas travel is where they see their future focus. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants to ban 8 food dyes.
The petroleum-based food dyes are found in thousands of grocery items, including cereals and sports drinks. The FDA has long said most children have no adverse effects from the dyes, but it did ban red dye number 3 in January, after studies linked it to cancer in lab animals.
Correspondent Michael Wallace reports Kennedy wants food companies to use natural color substitutes. It is now 3:32 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Watching the slow traffic through Midtown and downtown this afternoon, Bill. 85 southbound, you hit the brakes right at 400. Just had another crash, moved off to the right before the ramps to 75 north, so all lanes back open there. You're going to stay on that brake pedal, though, all the way down to I-20 with northbound jammed in from University Avenue, trying to make your way up past Peachtree Pine Street. If you're traveling on the south side, crash still working left shoulder, 75 South Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. That's causing the delays from I-675. And into Cobb County, I-20 westbound. It's rather slow this afternoon, starting in Lithonia from Evans Mill Road. Not going to break free of that jam until you get past Panola Road in the work zone, exit 71. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and a few thunderstorms passing through. High 78, lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, cloudy with off and on rain showers, high near 80. Cloudy skies with scattered storms on Thursday, high 79.
69 in Emerson, 67 in Lithia Springs, and 70 in Conyers. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Founded by hardworking Georgians in 1992, Builders provides tailored insurance solutions to safeguard workers and business owners from costly accidents. Explore reliable workers' compensation and general liability products at BLDRS.com. Builders, insurance built strong.
If you had an encounter with the police and feel like you've been treated unfairly, George Stein, the DUI lawyer, can help. George will guide you through the legal system and work to get your charges dismissed. DUI? Hire the attorney that other attorneys hire. GeorgeStein.com.
Hope. It's more than a word. It's a breakthrough in the making. At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, with teams of experts working together to personalize a treatment plan right down to your DNA with unprecedented speed, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
This is Scott Slade. Let's talk about how to improve your chances of living a longer, healthier life. For me, it's preventive medicine. My doctor saw one funky number in my lab work that eventually led to a diagnosis early enough so I still had options. You just got to have a medical professional looking at you every so often, especially when we're talking about heart disease, the nation's #1 killer. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. They've got the best CT imaging in the Southeast with 98% accuracy and low radiation, like flying in an airplane. They can detect calcium levels in your arteries and most cancers at the earliest stage. And virtual imaging can scan your brain to see if you're in danger of a tumor, stroke, or even dementia. So don't put this off, especially with this offer from virtual imaging. For a limited time, they're offering you and your spouse a free heart scan. Yes, free with a few minimum requirements. I've done it. Call 404-678-SCAN. That's 404-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
News is temporary, but your financial plan shouldn't be. I'm Wes Moss, and at Capital Investment Advisors, we're focused on helping retirees invest for income. This means building and managing a portfolio that delivers a steady stream of income, regardless of the scary headlines of the day. If you're ready to shift your focus from the headlines to your core pursuits in retirement, reach out to our team at yourwealth.com. That's YOUR wealth.com.
You still want a new deck on your house, but you think you may have missed the deck building window? Well, you're wrong. Dave Baker here. At Ben Hill Renovations, deck building goes on year-round. Whether your existing deck is old, rotting, and unsafe, or you just want to upgrade your outdoor living space, now is the perfect time to get the ball rolling. Check out their new website at bhrenovations.com. Better yet, go to their showroom, speak with the designer, and see all that they have to offer up close. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
Well, I'll stop talking about that right now, but
I think I was FCC compliant.
I was making sense, I believe. When speaking to me, I'm always, well, I read an article. People probably don't take me very seriously at all. I'm always like, well, I read an article 5 years ago about this, and I half remember it, so let me tell you about it now. And then people stare at me like, why are you speaking and why are we listening?
I believe we were having a conversation, a dialogue, and I was listening
Yes,
to you. I
yes.
wasn't staring blankly at you.
No, it seemed like I had a good audience with
Yeah.
you. But then again, you have reasons to pretend that you like me.
No, I don't.
Because otherwise. All right, so
a couple open mics that just came in here. Number one, much like the guy yesterday, we got another open mic.
You know the guy yelling at me. I
talk
honestly
about kill an animal
honestly.
No, listen.
Don't you understand how this works? If you don't like the band that's playing at one club, you go to the other club. You listen to the other band. You don't yell.
Von Hessler Doctrine. Any respect I had for you just went out the window. You calling George Clooney a good actor. He's not a good actor. He's a Nepo baby. Rosemary Clooney. The only reason why he has a job is because he comes from a rich family.
Right.
He sucks.
Right.
Find me one scene where George Clooney isn't looking up from underneath his stupid eyebrows. He sucks.
Well, okay, he may have that.
everybody?
That may be. I don't know. But I would say the scene, it's like the second or third scene in Burn After Reading. Clooney, Malkovich, maybe both of them having their best scene that I've ever seen them in. It's subtle. It's great. And I get it, but it's a better country when you don't mix your politics and your entertainment. I'm not saying anything. I don't think that you should. I'm just saying it just so happens, objectively speaking, it's a better world when people don't judge their actors based on how they vote or speak. I don't care how George Clooney votes. That caller. I don't care how you vote. I don't care how anybody votes. I just like, hey, did you hear what so-and-so said about no, and if I did, don't care. I don't. Some actor that said something about politics is never going to make me mad. Who cares? Why do you
It's like, hey,
care?
did you hear about Jim down the street? He said this thing about Trump. It's like, no.
Okay, well, you know, I'll tell you what, he keeps a good lawn. That's all I care about. I don't care what people think.
That's a Democrat lawn, Eric.
How do I have my own talk radio show? I absolutely don't care what anybody thinks about politics. How did this happen? These people get so angry. Like, well, if you're going to say something about the saint that I voted for, I guess I'm not going to watch or read or not me. You can say anything you want about people that I love, and it can be negative. And if I really like your album, I'm going to keep listening to your album. Because to me, it's separate from you. In a way, I feel like artists kind of tap into this sort of universal sort of river of creativity. And I don't care. You can be an idiot. How many of you, I mean, do people realize how universally Picasso was seen as a jerk by the people who knew him?
Even the women?
What? Especially.
Okay.
I mean, like, that's supposed to affect how I see his work. What about, who's the architect? I'm blanking.
Frank Lloyd Wright?
Yeah, my goodness gracious. Considered to be a complete and total jerk. I mean, I get like, I don't like looking at that house.
Tear him
What
down.
does that do? What does that do?
Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
Still a great comedian.
Yeah. Michael Jackson, great singer. Those albums were
Great
amazing.
sing. Yeah, a couple of them were. A couple of them were overrated.
Well, Off the Wall, Thriller.
Off the Wall,
bad.
Thriller.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Bad, you're starting to kind of.
Smooth Criminal? Come on.
Yeah.
It's all right.
He was a smooth criminal.
Yeah, that one was a little too close for me.
I don't have any hair at all.
That was that was a little bit too close for me. My point being, we're starting to conflate here too. I'm not talking about people who have crimes against people necessarily. I'm just saying.
Let's go about it. I was about you bring up Harvey Weinstein.
No. The people.
Hey, he had gangrene. I feel bad for him.
The people who just disagree with you politically, and just as you tell everybody what you believe, oh my goodness, George Clooney tells everybody what he believes. I'm Eric Von Hessler. I don't care about what either of you believe. George Clooney's a good actor. I'll watch him in something. If you're really good at your job and I need something like that done, I don't care how you voted. I'm going to have you come and build me a new cabinet if that's what you're great at.
He's a terrible plumber. Did you hear what he said about Trump?
I don't care. I don't care who he loves or hates in politics. If I need plumbing and he's the best plumber, he's my plumber.
He had a
I don't
Harris
care.
sticker on his car.
No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get.
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I cannot have that man unclog my toilet.
I know he's the best in town, but I just can't do it. In principle.
And it shows, just how ridiculous things have gotten. I've got news for you. That guy who called in, all the rest. The angrier you get, nothing more is going to happen. You're just ratcheting up your anger about politics. It's only ruining your life. It's not going to actually affect the thing that you're angry about. That's affected by how you treat people around you and kindness and all of that. Those are the things that actually, on a day-to-day basis, if you want to change the world for the better, it's all about, being a little bit kinder to your spouse and your kids and your friends. That's what it's all about if you really want to make change. But if you're a 19-year-old revolutionary or, a 68-year-old who just can't hear that song by Lee Greenwood enough, it doesn't matter. Neither of you are going to make any change in this world by doubling down on your anger. It's cathartic. It feels good. It's not about the world. It's not about changing the world. It's about you. That's what it's about. And I find that to be rather boring. So who cares? Clooney's made his money. This guy doesn't like... Oh, brother, we're out. We're for out. Whatever.
Where art thou?
Oh, brother, where art thou?
Yeah, fine film.
It's good.
It was good.
Now this next open
That
mic.
doesn't sound like a really good critical. It's good.
Well, so
Well, put the autumn behind him.
I mean, it's a movie. I think I've seen it twice, and I definitely liked it better the second time. But it's been a long time since I've seen
Homer's Odyssey.
Burnout. It is. Thank you for showing your intelligence.
Yes, and I read that.
You read that somewhere.
And you probably didn't.
You know what you haven't read? Homer's Odyssey. I guarantee you have not read Homer's
Me?
Odyssey. Yes.
Oh, I read parts of it. I guess.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite part? Is it the
I
part
don't
where
remember. It was a long time ago.
part where he gets on the ship and
that really long part where he's on that ship.
Christopher Nolan's making a movie out of that or the Iliad. I can't remember which one.
Ooh, really?
It's the Odyssey.
Is it the Odyssey?
Cool.
Yep,
I
Matt
read that.
Damon.
Which one is everything for, one of them is everything before the war or after the war. Like a lot of times people think that they're going to read about the Trojan War, whether that was real or not. And then they realize, if that all happened before this, I think, is the Iliad first?
Yes.
I thought so.
I think most of the war is in there, but I do not know. I don't have to worry about open mics on that.
How dare you not know which came first? I can't listen to Iliad or the Odyssey. Figure it out.
Respect for you.
I've lost all respect.
I lost all respect I ever had for when you say the Iliad. Everybody knows. Yeah, I don't think I have to worry about English professors calling the open mic
Don't
angry.
get me started on Agamemnon.
That's why I avoided that story for so long. I hate that name.
Agamemnon.
I hate saying it, and I just think it's I don't like it. I'm not going to read a story about
Don't
that.
be afraid. Don't be afraid.
I was afraid to. Did you say don't be afraid to?
Don't be afraid.
You were afraid of.
Wow.
Hey, little baby, don't be afraid.
Wow.
Wow.
Now this next open micer, Eric, has his own remix.
Wait a minute. We have a PSA from Trump.
There's a bag with different things in it.
Okay, it's called groceries.
Good bag.
This next open micer has got a remix for our Earth Day song.
Celebrate Earth Day. Celebrate Earth Day. Celebrate Earth Day.
Celebrate Earth Day. Pour some motor oil on an old stump. Go to a river and take a big dump. Spray some weed killer on a beehive. Don't recycle that can. Now give me a high five. Celebrate Earth Day.
There's a spirit.
Celebrate Earth Day.
Pauses there a little bit.
Cut down a bunch of trees in a national park.
Can you run these by Eric before you...
Idle when it's in park.
I don't think you should do these things, kids. I don't think you should cut down trees anywhere. We need trees.
Trees are good.
George, you like trees, right?
Oh, I love trees.
Yeah.
Oh, they're fantastic. I love George.
Two things that
I love
George
you.
George loves trees and dinosaurs, right? You're a big fan of dinosaurs.
I love dinosaurs.
I realize there's someone home.
On air,
Online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Are you serious? The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
OMG.
scoreboard at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5
The WSB 5K Day Bonus Blitz.
on 95.5 WSB.
Whoa! With the Cubs getting older, we need more space, so we're on the hunt for a new house. Our must-haves, a big yard for the Cubs and Scana Energy for natural gas. It won't be easy to choose the perfect house, but Scana has tons of options that'll make it easy to find the perfect natural gas plan. The sooner we find a place, the better. For a limited time, receive a $60 bill credit when you sign up. Call 1-877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/mover60. Limited time offer. Additional terms and conditions apply.
We are here with CFP and investment advisor Aaron Vincent of the Vincent Financial Group and host of Retire ATL. And Aaron, you mentioned that taxes are on sale. What exactly does that mean? And is it something we need to take advantage of right now?
Yeah, Mark, it may not feel like it right now, especially this time of year, but when you look at history, we are actually in historically low income tax rates time. If you look back, tax rates have been significantly higher. And when you look at the national debt, which most reference at around $36 trillion, but when you consider the fact that with all the unfunded liabilities like Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid, it's actually north of $100 trillion. When we look at factors like that, there's a pretty good chance that tax rates actually go significantly higher again. So yeah, you can make an argument that right now taxes are on sale.
So Aaron, what can we do right now to take advantage of these low tax rates?
If you don't have an income plan in your retirement conversations, then you actually don't have a tax plan. That's important because if you don't have a plan for your money, guess who does? Uncle Sam's got one, and by default, you'll fall into that one. So we want to offer you a no-cost, no-obligation tax map. It's a deep dive into your retirement plan and specifically your tax strategy. From there, we'll make suggestions based on what's working or what opportunities could better fit your situation. The goal is for you to keep more of your hard-earned money while giving less to Uncle Sam. Call us at 770-280-1488. Again, that's 770-280-1488. Our home office is in downtown Woodstock, but we're available all across Metro Atlanta to meet you at a time and place that fits your schedule.
Taxes are not a seasonal conversation, and they're not going away once you retire. Take advantage of the complimentary tax map by calling the Vincent Financial Group today, 770-280-1488. That's 770-280-1488. And join us for Retire ATL, Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on WSB. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
It's the active season here in the ATL. Are you going to be active or inactive because of chronic joint pain? Hey, it's Mark Aaron back from my pals at QC Kinetics. I want you to know something. The medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Atlanta are on the case and focused to finally get you the relief you need. With QC Kinetics, the science solid. They give you your life back without surgery, without drugs, and without any downtime. Get out and be active this summer. Golfing, swimming, tennis. Heck, pickleball seems to be picking up speed. Get out there and be active. Don't let your chronic joint pain hold you back. Curious if you'd be a candidate for these treatments? No problem. Consultation totally free, and they're happy to take a look and see if they can help you finally get relief. Call now and find out how easy it is to get back to enjoying life without chronic joint pain. Now, the best time to get started. Call QC Kinetics now, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026 for QC Kinetics.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call our firm to find out if we can help.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I don't usually get into religion, but as a public service, I want to let people know. Sometimes people don't have self-awareness, and they need me to step in to let them know something, such as you're not an expert on how to choose a new pope because you watched Conclave on Amazon, okay? I just want to let you know. Just want to throw that out there. So what's going on in the NBA playoffs? Who's doing what and where?
So
I'm pretending to care.
The Clippers tied up their series. I saw that last night, and then I think the other series went 1-1 as well, too. The Detroit and New York Knicks series went 1-1 too. So
and,
it's, at least
speaking of ones
better.
and twos, what happened with Shaq?
Oh, this was during halftime. During
so
the
we're starting to think this was a two. Is that the idea?
This was definitely a two there, and he decides to. Well,
okay. So they're on the air when this happens
during halftime, and this happens.
The other thing about Kawhi is, you all right, big fella? You all right, catching a cramp?
No.
Go ahead, keep talking, Jeff. Yeah, we're on TV. I know what we're doing. Go ahead. Yeah, that's that olive oil you've been drinking. I know. Hey, take some matches with you.
Who said?
Hey, listen, he couldn't hold it. He can't hold it. After 40, he can't hold it no more.
That's at first.
He can't hold it.
Unless
hold
she's
it no
got
more after
something.
40.
That wasn't something planned, was it?
No,
it was not planned.
Hey,
Well, we're all human, right? At the end of the day.
It was funny because you just see him, like, he just picks up his step. He starts
But
like at
the
a
thing
slow
is,
walk, and then he starts running. And
I
you're
know
like,
he's got to analyze the first half, but couldn't he have taken it into the bathroom on the phone and watched, like, you have until halftime to do the halftime show.
I don't subscribe. I can't watch it.
You know, the NBA.
Oh, I have the package on my phone. I
Oh.
asked them to put a TV in there. They wouldn't do it.
That show, though, I know
Hey.
that NBA show is just so great on Turner. That crew is just wonderful to watch.
I know. I you know how all the way up to that point they would never let you know when they had to go to the bathroom, and now they've broken that barrier now to let you know that that's entertaining and fun as well. That's what I don't understand. You have the whole first half. what's stopping you?
Sometimes when nature
Miss the
calls.
first 10 minutes, you know? Like,
Listen-
what, he didn't know going in, like, somewhere halfway through the
It's an
second
emergency.
quarter.
You know, like it's not ready until it's ready.
Well, I think there are notions.
You've got that iron bladder. I actually relate
That
with
had
Shaq.
nothing to do with the bladder.
Yeah, that was
not a bladder.
That was the other part.
Listen, we all have those moments where lunch suddenly comes back to haunt
You're
us.
like, "Oh."
And I get it, but it just seems to
Sometimes
me.
while you're eating lunch.
Yeah, well, that happens to you every time you're eating lunch because you won't change your diet
No,
based on the
not
fact that you don't have a
anymore.
gallbladder.
Not anymore.
Oh, are you better now?
Much better.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're taking care of yourself? I hear you talking about how you're taking care of
A little
yourself.
bit better, yeah.
Which I always find interesting and
It's fun.
usually kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
You're working out. You're
Not
doing
pushing
stuff.
it, not
No,
pushing it. I'm
okay.
old, advanced stage.
That's right. Advanced stage
Like Autumn.
exercise. Like Autumn. You want to take it easy,
Yeah.
right? She's not going to just start doing headstands for no good reason.
No.
Right?
I
She
can
could,
do a
though.
headstand.
Can you do a headstand?
I sure can.
Is that something like you've been able to like brag about for most of your life? I can do a headstand.
Sure.
Now-
I have always been able to do a headstand. There's
Uh,
a picture of me as a little girl doing a headstand.
Well, without a wall helping at all.
Oh, well, when I was little, the wall.
Okay.
But now I can do that thing like where you start out as like a yoga pose,
Uh-huh.
and then you just
Oh,
lift
and then
your
you
legs up.
slowly your legs go up. That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Hell
You thought you were going to ride the bike, but no, her legs are going straight up.
Wow!
And then how long can you hold that? Quarter of a second? 2 seconds? How long can you
No.
hold that before your body weight just goes, woo?
No,
You get
maybe
top
like,
heavy
I
with your
would
feet.
say a solid 30 seconds.
That's
most.
pretty good.
That's not bad.
I think I could do that.
That's pretty good for
I'll do
a
it during the break and see.
50-year-old
how long.
lady.
Take a picture of it. Take a picture of it when you do it.
Well, you're not going to see anything.
That was Jerry.
She's wearing.
Yeah, okay.
What are you wearing? You're wearing.
Oh, I hope nothing shows. Oops.
You're wearing a Rolling Stones T-shirt that's manufactured to look like you bought it at a concert in 1977.
It's not vintage.
It's
Lucky
vintage,
store
yes.
or whatever.
What's that called? What is it when it's faux vintage? Would that be the way?
Distressed. Oh, distressed.
Distressed.
You can get those Rolling Stone shirts at Old Navy. I saw them there the other day, where you can.
Not this. This is Lucky brand.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
Wait, you go to wait a minute. You go to an outlet store, and you buy a
To a
Rolling
mall.
Stones shirt in a mall.
I was at a mall and I
that
needed
make
a
you-
different shirt,
Uh-huh.
and this was a good one, so I took it.
You need a different shirt. What did you throw up on yourself while you're
No,
walking
I did
around the
not
mall?
like my
or-
shirt. You know how like
Oh,
sometimes
that
you're like, I
happens.
just am so sad I'm in this shirt, and then you feel trapped in your
yeah.
body, and you're like, I gotta get out of here.
And you kind of know it when you're leaving, but you convence yourself that it's
Yeah.
okay. It's like,
and then I'm at the
that's
mall and
all
I'm
right.
seeing my reflection in the like mirrors and the glass. And I'm like, oh,
I just went in and bought a shirt. The
like, I gotta get a new
the
shirt.
the first cool looking shirt you could find, you
Yeah.
picked up, and that was only probably $75-$80 for that
no,
T-shirt.
it was 30
Yeah.
and it was 15% off. So
That
what
happened.
do you think that was?
By the way, that happened to me the other day. I had a shirt on, and I was about to, and I had you in my mind too because of it, because you made fun of a shirt like this I had on years ago, and it stuck with me. And I was just about to leave the house, and I said, "Jane, wow, this shirt. What do you think?" "Oh, I think it looks great," because she buys them all. So she's like, "Oh,
Sure,
I think
yeah,
it looks
she likes
great." You know, she's biased. And right before and in my back of my mind, I remember Autumn saying, "It looks like a blouse." That's what she said once about a shirt that I was wearing years ago. I'm
Is that
talking
remote,
about,
right?
we were like in the basement.
Oh.
No, this was a long time ago. And she said, "Yeah, it looks like a blouse." And that was in the back of my mind. And so,
Why do you characterize my voice like that? Looks like a blouse.
well, that's
you
that's
idiot.
how I heard it. You know, that's how I hear it. We all hear things differently. I heard it looks like a blouse. And so I changed it before I left. But a lot of times I would have convinced myself that my wife was correct, and I would have walked out. And then, now I'm kind of lucky. I do have some shirts here. So if I hate what I wore here, I can go get something else that has a bunch of makeup around the collar. They all have like brown makeup on the collar. Because back when I was thinking that we were turning this into a yes, because when I convinced myself years ago when they put these cameras in that we were actually going to go full on, TV, I was putting some makeup on, but then I never thought about that stuff like the collar stuff. So now in my office, I have like probably 18 shirts, all with brown makeup on the
Why don't you take some home and get them washed?
Well, I actually took them to the dry cleaner once. It turns out the dry cleaner didn't do a very good job with the makeup ring around the collar.
Sounds like you need to go to a dry cleaner in Midtown because there are a lot more business people that go to the Midtown dry cleaners.
Sounds like you need to shut your mouth if you want to keep your job.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
404-793-0000. 1 Glen Lake Parkway Northeast, Atlanta.
Hi, it's Tim Andrews for My Roofer FGA Roofing. Are you considering a new roof but not sure when you'll be able to get it in the budget? FGA Roofing is offering a 000 offer this month. 0 down payment, 0 interest for 12 months, and 0 monthly payments. Search FGA Roofing for a free quote today.
Beaver Direct Certified, providing the highest quality vehicles at the very best prices. Every vehicle undergoes rigorous reconditioning with the industry-leading 12-month, 12,000-mile certified warranty. Visit us at beavertoyotacumming.com and see why everyone loves Beaver Direct.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story, here's another worry for parents trying to keep their kids away from drugs. WSB's Steve Summers reports live with what local lawmen found during a traffic stop.
Yeah, Bill, Fayette County Sheriff's deputies discovered candy, chips, and cookies in a car they pulled over, and then they looked closer. The packaging looked familiar, but the product name was a variation of the real name.
We have Trips Ahoy instead of Chips Ahoy, and it's a chocolate chip cookie.
Trips, as in getting high. Sheriff Barry Babb says all those snacks contain THC, the chemical in pot that gets you high. His worry that kids will think they're just snacks and end up overdosing. His advice, read the packaging carefully on anything your child eats. Even adults can be fooled at this. Meantime, go to our website, WSBradio.com, to see some of these packages and how real they actually look. Reporting live, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
75 degrees in Atlanta. Are we stuck in a wet pattern for a while? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A mother accused of drowning her daughter in a pond in Sandy Springs 2 years ago is found not guilty by reason of insanity.
A Fulton County Superior Court judge finds Asia Calabrese Lewis
couldn't distinguish between right and wrong when her 1-year-old daughter died in a pond off I-285 in May 2023. The child was initially reported missing but was found dead in the pond a few hours later. Sandy Springs police initially arrested her on felony murder and cruelty to children charges, but later argued she wasn't fit to stand trial. An evaluation earlier this month diagnosed her with bipolar disorder and mania. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
The convicted murderer mistakenly released from jail in Clayton County will soon be coming back to Georgia. Kathan Guzman appeared in a Florida courtroom today where he did not oppose extradition. Once he returns to Georgia, Guzman will begin serving his life sentence. He was convicted in October of killing his 19-year-old ex-girlfriend. U.S. Marshals recaptured him near Orlando on April 11th. A sexual predator is sentenced to life in prison in Cobb County.
The FBI tipped Cobb police that 20-year-old Cooper Hamilton was producing and sharing illegal material involving a child through the dark web. Cobb police found more than 200 videos created by Hamilton, which showed multiple acts of abuse and secret photos that exploited children online. Hamilton pleaded guilty to 25 charges of child molestation and sexual exploitation of children. Cobb Superior Court Judge Gregory Poole called Hamilton a predator who poses a significant danger to the community. Hamilton received a life sentence plus 20 years. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
Update on Monday's threat that led to a lockdown at Chestatee High School. The Hall County Sheriff's Office says today the call was likely a swatting incident. Investigators have identified the number used to call in the threat and say it was not a local number. The male caller said there were explosives on the campus and he threatened to harm students and staff. An investigation determined the threat was a hoax. Swatting is when a prank call is made to force a large emergency response. The funeral for Pope Francis is scheduled for Saturday in St. Peter's Square. CBS's Delia Gallagher reports from Rome. Cardinals are now planning the conclave to select a successor.
There's about 138 cardinals that will be in the voting. And because Francis has chosen them from what he calls the periphery, so from countries that don't normally have cardinals, or even places in a country that didn't normally have a cardinal. So it's actually a really important moment for these new cardinals.
The public will be able to view the Pope's body lying in state at St. Peter's Basilica tomorrow through Friday. Delta's CEO says they are looking to expand international flights as they look to the future.
The Atlanta-based airline is now the first American carrier to reach the 100-year milestone. CEO Ed Bastian says with good domestic routes, international travel is where they plan to grow.
We have to figure out ways to make it accessible, to make it affordable, and to make it sustainable, whether it's in the Middle East or India, the Pacific Islands, in Africa, South America. That's our future.
He says Atlanta will be the hub for these flights. New direct routes to Morocco and Brussels are already set to start this year. In Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Checking the ride around Atlanta's bypass, that is I-285. Starting into Cobb County, 285 east and southbound, really starting to fill in from Ashford, Dunwoody Road. As you head over to I-85 Spaghetti Junction, you'll stay on and off the brakes southbound for the ride down into Clarkston, breaking free right around Memorial Drive. The outer loop, 285 westbound, that volume's starting to pick up from Chamblee, Dunwoody Road into Sandy Springs to Roswell Road. You'll slow again through the I-75 interchange passing Truist Park. Then north and southbound, both on and off the brakes over on the west side between I-20 and the Smyrna Vinings area. How's the afternoon looking through downtown and Midtown, Cindy Darden?
Midtown, it's a pretty rough ride. All through the usual spots past 14th and 17th Street. It really doesn't see any relief until you get to the heart of downtown and get onto I-20. Opposite side of that, I-85 not looking too bad. A little stop and goage northbound near exit 244 to University Avenue past I-20, but it does break apart by the time you get to Midtown. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy skies this evening with a few passing rain showers. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with hit or miss rain showers and isolated rumble of thunder possible. Highs in the upper 70s to low 80s.
Storm Tracker radar shows we are mostly between the rain showers at the moment. It's 66 in Sandy Springs, 67 in Sewanee, 72 in Fayetteville. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now.
I really enjoy Eric Von Hessler's body movements right before the show begins. It's almost like he's one of those air-filled Gumbies that you see in front of car washes or dealerships.
Yeah. There's a little show that goes on that's privy to very few people who actually tune into the video.
The super secret
I appreciate then that person appreciates that I do that on a daily basis. It's just, I've looked at the numbers of the people who actually dial up the video. And when I say I do it just for you, literally, I do it just for you. And I will continue. I will continue to do it just for you. You know, I thought that I had this thing fixed. I think it still sounds kind of,
And I believe the version that George and I have is still the old version.
Why? Didn't I put it in Slack?
I don't think you did.
Well, I just fixed it.
What's wrong with it?
I believe I put it in Slack. No, I'm not. No, what you're talking about. No, you're right. I didn't fix it. Should we go ahead and use it?
Yeah, let's use it.
Well, I'm sorry. I've got 1,700 different things to do before every show. So
Gotta get a Red Bull.
I get them mixed up.
That's right. I like,
So we have
the specific color.
What he was talking about is we have a new sponsor.
Oh no, but I was asking what's wrong with that sounder.
I know, but we do have a new sponsor.
Oh.
Should we play that sponsor? You know the new sponsor? I put it in Slack. Nobody
yes.
listens to me.
I
to
do.
Nobody listens
What?
to me. I put the new sponsor in Slack. All right. This is our new.
If you're suffering from a condition, it might be time to talk to your doctor about drugs. Ask your doctor for drugs and feel like you want to feel. Don't take drugs if you're allergic to drugs. Side effects may include spontaneous skeletal ejection, teeth morphing. Drugs may cause your shadow to strangle you in your sleep. Possible losing of sentient black goo that whispers your darkest fears in rhyme. Chance of your eyeballs exploding. Spontaneous ejaculation. And, in rare cases, your soul may claw its way out of your brain and challenge the devil to a fiddle contest. Don't wait. Talk to your doctor about drugs.
Wow.
So, that's
Side effects
listen,
are rough.
Apparently, the side effects were mighty, but believe me, it's a good thing. All right, use the old word of the day.
Word of the day.
Pronatalism.
Hear that explosion? We lost the explosion. I don't know what happened. Somehow in my build session, the explosion just went away. I don't know what happened. It just wasn't
There's
there.
something there. There's like a rumble of thunder.
No, I put that in because we were trying to do the best we could to cover up the fact that we lost our real explosion.
Word of the day.
Yeah, boy. Sounds like toilets flushing.
Yeah.
The word of the day is being flushed down the toilet.
That's what Shaq was doing.
Oh. Did you catch the word? Did you catch the word?
Pronatalism.
Pronatalism. Pronatalism. A
Talk to your
pronatalist.
doctor about pronatalism.
Pronatalism. If you have more than 4
If
hours
your
of
natal is
pronatalism.
pro.
Pronatalist is what Elon Musk is. The policy or practice of encouraging the bearing of children. By the way, I love that phrase because that really is what happens. You bear them. You put up with them. The bearing of children. The policy or practice of encouraging the bearing of children, especially government support of a higher birth rate. That is
Pronatalism.
And that is the word of the day. Now, Elon Musk, he likes having them, but then he doesn't like everything that comes afterward. He's kind of the world's richest deadbeat dad quite often for many of these children, the 14 or so on the record that he has. Who knows how many he actually has. Great article in the Wall Street Journal a couple days ago about how he deals, basically, he uses his money to get laid. He's no different than any other man. He uses his stature. Like that last one was some kind of MAGA influencer. He slipped into her DMs and hey, would you like to have my children? You know, that's like his that's his pickup line. Hey, would you like to have my children?
How'd you like to be very wealthy?
Yeah.
Then he slipped into her friend's DMs, and that friend reached out to her, and she told on Elon.
Good girl.
And well, here's what's the thing is, if Elon Musk is worried that we're not having enough children, and he's probably right, you can't maintain, your country if you're not having children. You have dwindling populations. But the other part of it is this is the thing for Elon Musk. If he was standing right in front of me right now, what does he have? 14 kids?
Right
13, 14 kids?
I'm listening.
Here's the first thing.
Okay.
Right now, within 30 seconds, name all of your children.
X.
That's one. Isn't there an Alvin
There's
in there?
There's a girl.
Turn on your Neuralink.
There's
Neuralink.
a girl that
Come on.
used to be a boy. So several.
Yeah, several.
I call them collectively. So I've said
brood.
Brood. I have a brood. Yeah.
Elon Brood. So Elon can go on and on and on about his pronatalism. But if you're not there in the lives of your children, then okay, so you produced numbers so that the country wouldn't lose population. Good on you. But basically, if these ladies don't do the right thing, he just takes the money. Although one of them's complaining because he cut back 60% of what he was paying. But I did the calculations, and it's still like a couple million a year, which
she's
should be
doing
good
quite
enough for
well.
any kid.
She's doing quite well.
Is that Ashley St. Clair?
I believe so. Yeah.
She turned down a one-time fee of $15 million for home and living expenses, plus an additional $100,000 a month. That was if she would keep her mouth shut, but she didn't want to.
You know what? I would have kept my mouth shut. Not unless she's a good writer. If she can write a hell of a book, she can do better than that. But I would, again, same thing on her. You know, she knew. Do these people? He's a very rich man. You ever hear of condoms?
Yes, I've heard of them. Yeah.
Okay, so you're a pronatalist and you wanted to have children, but she had to agree with that. And once you agree with that, then what you're agreeing to when it comes to the children is what you believe is the best thing for the children all the way forward. I find it hard to believe the best thing for the child is to say no to $15 million and $100,000 a month. I know that it seems like selling out, but in a way, you brought a life into the world, and now, okay, check, that's taken care of. That kid is going to be fine. It seems like
Kids
you would
making
check.
more than Nick Cannon's kids, making more than Tyreek Hill's kids.
Oh, I don't know. Does anybody? But you get them all together. You get them all together, and believe me, you've got one hell of a volleyball throwdown. You get Musk, Tyreek Hill,
and Nick Cannon
together. You've got two sides of volleyball and reserves all afternoon long.
You might be able to have two games going on at one time.
You might.
Wait till I meet the Octomom.
Oh,
I've got 8 more. Right
Nadia
soon.
Suleiman?
Isn't she older and busted her now? I'm not saying she's old and
fertile,
busted.
is
That's my way of trying.
Busted her
Because I didn't want to come off as a misogynist
Sure.
and say old and busted. I didn't want to be that guy on the radio saying those words. So I just switched it up a bit. I am that guy, there's no doubt, but I just didn't want to be perceived as that guy. So but I think that she's out of her several children in one throw phase of her life.
You know, $2 million a child.
Well, okay, if you got it. But that's what I was saying. If Elon Musk wants to prattle on and on about his pronatalism and how he's so much smarter and we got to have all these kids. Yeah, but you got to know your kids. That's the second part of it. You can't just have a bunch of kids. You might as well be a sperm donor at that point. I mean, you read these stories about these guys. They have like 150 kids. They've never met any of them.
He says to reach Legion levels before the apocalypse, he's going to have to use surrogates.
When is the apocalypse coming? He's going to use surrogates.
That's what he says here.
Well, he is a smart guy. People want like smart.
Have you seen The World? Soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, smart is kind of relative.
Well, he's going to Mars, and he's
He's not going to Mars.
Well, he did it though. I hate that. That's the whole Steve Jobs didn't do it. If Steve Jobs had never been born, it would not have been done.
I don't think that Steve Jobs. I think Steve Jobs is smart.
Well, there's a whole thing that goes on about it. It's impossible to say that Elon Musk is not smart. Now, what you can say is there's book smart, and then there's street smart.
Because my sweet, ex-husband, very smart,
book
but
smart,
also not so smart.
So you say
in
he's
a
very,
lot of ways.
very book smart. On one hand, he can read the data coming back from the James Webb telescope.
Yeah, he can interpret dots on a graph and know about no fancy words like spectra.
Yeah, and so he can do all of that. But on the other hand, Autumn used to tell me when they were married, when he was driving the car, while he was driving and have a conversation with her, he'd be looking at her the whole time. So.
No. He would slow down.
Oh,
when
that's
he would
right.
Think.
Oh, that's right. He would slow down to think.
If he was looking at me the whole time, we'd be dead.
Well, that's right. That's my point.
Well, Autumn, you used to drive, right? Like, so when you guys were going on road
trips.
trips.
I did like to drive.
You were the one that
Boy, when
was
the
primary
lady is the go-to driver in a relation, again, I'm coming off as some kind of misogynist. I'm
not
just,
in the Von Haessler household.
No, it's just, I can't. If somebody else is driving, I'm not relaxing. So I might as well be driving. It's not a misogynist thing.
When we would be driving to like Wisconsin, and the plan was for me to drive, like we were going to drive overnight. And I would drive for like the first half, and then he would drive for the second half. So both of us would be like into the night, but just half of the night. And he was falling asleep while he was driving, and he couldn't do it. He was getting like hypnotized by the road. So I, stepped up.
You're out there, and all of a
drove
sudden
the whole way.
You roll the windows down. You're trying to keep air on your face. It's like little green people are running in front of the car. I got to get there. I can't pull over. God, you know what happened to Michael Jordan's dad? I can't pull over. Take a nap. I got to keep going. I got to keep going. Hey, just pull over and take a nap. I'm in northern Florida. You really think I'm going to pull over? You think I'm going to pull over in Ocala at 2 o'clock in the morning? No,
Welcome.
thank you.
You want to see my gator?
Squeal like a gator. Alex Williams says it's a brake light battle on I-20 through Lithonia.
Hey, good afternoon, Eric. Yeah, we're watching the tough ride this afternoon. It's inbound I-20 westbound, stacked and packed from around Evans Mill Road through the work zone, passing Panola Road, exit 71. Can't see anything on our DOT cameras blocking any lanes. If you see it, give us a call here in the traffic center. Eastbound on and off the brakes from 285 out to Panola Road. If you're traveling 85 north out at the cabin in Gwinnett County, that volume's picking up from Chamblee Tucker Road up to Indian Trail. Then a secondary slow zone up into Swanee from Sugarloaf Parkway up to the 985 split. How's the ride on Georgia 400, City Darden?
Well, we got word of something new. Georgia 400 southbound near Northridge, exit 6. It's a stalled vehicle blocking one lane, we're told. Now, we haven't gotten a visual on that. So, again, if you have any more information, you can always call us here at the traffic center. We're also seeing some northbound delays coming onto Georgia 400 from 285. It's going to have you slow until you get to Holcomb Bridge. This report sponsored by Rapid Radios. They are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, you can go to rapidradios.com for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Sad news for Catholics around the world.
Pope Francis, the news has broken within the last hour.
Pope Francis, the first Latin American pope, passes at 88.
First Jesuit pope said he wanted a poorer church, one that would include the excluded.
For up-to-the-minute coverage of the Pope's passing.
This was the sound at the Vatican.
And what comes next. Stay with 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
Termites could be eating your home right now, and you never know. Christina Edwards here for Breda Pest Management. When was the last time you actually saw your service inspect for termite damage? Let me guess, they just walked around the outside and checked the bait stations. Better get Breda. They use advanced infrared cameras and microwave technology for early detection. Switch to Breda, and your termite rate is locked in for 10 years.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. When garage doors break, they usually don't break all at once. They don't just up and die. They die slowly. Garage doors complain a bit before they crap out, squeaking and sticking and shaking and grinding. They go down part way and then stop and go back up for no reason. But they hardly ever just end up dead with no symptoms and no long goodbye. If you ignored the signs, that dead door is on you. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our 19-point seasonal maintenance check makes sure everything's healthy. Oil the chain, check the rollers, realign the tracks, talk to you about how things are going, and look into any symptoms that might have you worried. Catch problems early, and your garage doors should be around to play with the grandkids. And talk about the old days, when all this was just farmland.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
All right, let's keep things going here. Keep moving. Keep moving with the energy of Lady Gaga at Coachella. Let's do this.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Come on, Eric. Tell us what's happening.
Or, Jared, why don't you figure out what's the buzz and tell us all what's happening?
Big news here from the BBC. Putin suggests that Russia is open to direct talks with Ukraine, as now they had an Easter ceasefire, but they have started attacking each other again.
So Putin, you're going to talk to your old friend Zelensky, huh?
I wouldn't mind speaking with Zelensky.
You miss him?
On the phone. We're good friends. I bought him a suit he could wear to the White House.
You felt bad. Did you feel bad when you were watching
sort of mean. We are at war.
Okay, but...
And then I said, but the way that it's not statecraft to insult the foreign leader.
So you bought him a suit so you can meet with him, and you guys are going to...
But he has to wear, I will not talk to him if he's wearing silly uniform. He's not a service member.
Okay, so you want him to put on a suit and tie and come in.
Dictators wear military outfits.
I guess they're talking about little areas, like civilian stuff like that. Not killing civilians. That'd be a good start. Not killing civilians. Actually, not killing anyone. That'd be a great. I guess that's the ending of it.
You got to start somewhere.
I guess you got to start. Yeah. You got to start by stopping killing some people.
I was watching
some theaters. Yeah.
one of the BBC secondary news channels, and they were saying that in some of their in some of their like Mariupol and stuff, they were saying that in order for, because the Russians occupy Mariupol, which is was a Ukrainian city before, and they're now like apparently taking the passports of the Ukrainians and giving them Russian passports, but then with the Russian passports, they're not able to return back to Ukraine. So it's a mess.
Well, what they're saying is you're ours now. Is that it? You know,
in a way, yeah.
It's not a good thing, war. What you'll find the closer and closer you look at it, you're going to find more things that disgust you.
I mean, what's it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Say it again.
Absolutely nothing.
No, we needed the other part first.
Oh.
What's it for?
War.
What's it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Say it again. No, let's not keep on saying it.
Oh, I get it.
People know. People know.
People know.
Do they know? Look at the history of the world. Mankind full of idiots.
Yeah.
Do you know how many? I was reading another thing. I just put it down. I was just, every once in a while, I just get tired of reading another story about people who are killing people over a piece of land. I mean, I know the land that you're on is important to you, but ultimately,
it's mine.
If I was born into one of these conflagrations that go on for generations and generations and generations, I would hope that I would have the mind that I have now. And I would just say, yeah, I know it's important to you, but I think I'm going to move to New Mexico and watch Netflix. You know, rather than just being the next generation that bleeds for this and you don't ever seem to ever get it back. You know, I just got this idea that maybe I'll just, here I am, 18 years old. Maybe I'll just go somewhere else and live and maybe start up a thing over there on this other piece of land somewhere.
No, but you're on the Atlanta side of the Atlanta-Macon battle, Eric. So you will stick with Atlanta until the very end.
Hey, just because I was born here doesn't mean I have to stay. That
you
would be
will do what your father and your grandfather and your great-grandfather did before you.
Die for nothing? Alex Williams.
Right, with honor.
With honor. He died with honor for something that seems another 100 years away from actually coming to fruition. Alex Williams says there are downtown delays.
Yeah, no surprise here, Eric. This afternoon, we're watching the brake lights starting southbound into Midtown and downtown, right there at the 85-400 merge. You're also jammed up on the Beaufort Spring Connector south, leaving Sidney Marcus. Not going to find any relief from that brake pedal until you get closer toward I-20. Northbound, slowing and going, University Avenue up toward Peachtree, Pine Street. Traffic Trooper Ron confirms that stall we've been looking for that's been impacting the left lane in Sandy Springs, 400 southbound below Northridge Road, exit number 6. And also 75 northbound if you're making the trek up through Marietta into Kennesaw. Just a tap of the brakes on and off from South Marietta Parkway up to Chastain Road. 575 northbound, a little sluggish from Bell's Ferry as you clear Highway 92 in Woodstock. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Gardeners are anticipating the warmer weather, and so are my friends at Ragsdale. Right now, get up to $1,700 off a brand new Carrier home comfort system and enjoy Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. I say my friends at Ragsdale because they really are. My family's trusted them for years. For a new furnace, plumbing problems, or blown-in installation, they're always on time and work with my busy schedule. Learn why they have a 4.9 Google rating. Start by visiting RagsdaleAir.com. Ragsdale, the name I know you can trust.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Your home's exterior really needs an update, but the economy is uncertain. No worries. Superior Pro is committed to low prices and high quality with American-made windows, siding, painting, doors, and more. Now, we're making it easier with this special offer. Purchase siding from Superior Pro and get half off the painting. And always an extended labor warranty. Schedule at SuperiorPro.com.
Superior Pro, the pros to know.
This is Scott Slade. Let's talk about how to improve your chances of living a longer, healthier life. For me, it's preventive medicine. My doctor saw one funky number in my lab work that eventually led to a diagnosis early enough so I still had options. You just got to have a medical professional looking at you every so often, especially when we're talking about heart disease, the nation's #1 killer. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. They've got the best CT imaging in the Southeast with 98% accuracy at low radiation, like flying in an airplane. They can detect calcium levels in your arteries and most cancers at the earliest stage. And virtual imaging can scan your brain to see if you're in danger of a tumor, stroke, or even dementia. So don't put this off, especially with this offer from virtual imaging. For a limited time, they're offering you and your spouse a free heart scan. Yes, free with a few minimum requirements. I've done it. Call 404-678-SCAN. That's 404-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com. Scott Slade here from My Roofer, FGA Roofing. Are you considering a new roof but not sure when you're going to be able to get it into the budget? FGA Roofing is offering a 000 offer this month. 0 down payment, 0 interest for 12 months, and 0 monthly payments. Search FGA Roofing for a free quote today.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Nelson Exteriors. Our top story: plans in place at St. Mary Major Basilica in Rome, where Pope Francis will be laid to rest. CBS's Tony Aiello reports from Rome. The funeral is Saturday.
He chose to be buried at the Basilica, a favorite of his, instead of at the Vatican like most popes.
It speaks about his humility. It speaks about his love of peace.
Tomorrow, Pope Francis's body will be moved in a procession from the private chapel of his Santa Marta residence to St. Peter's Basilica, where he will lie in state until Saturday's funeral and burial.
Mourners will be able to pay their respects to the late Pope, who died Monday at the age of 88. After the funeral, the focus shifts to picking a new Pope. 75 degrees in Atlanta. Passing showers tonight, will scattered showers continue tomorrow. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Fayette County Sheriff Barry Babb is warning parents of THC-laced products that look like candy showing up in the community.
A child, especially one that can't read, they're going to start eating this.
During a recent traffic stop, deputies recover a large amount of these products mimicking Skittles, Doritos, Oreos, Starburst, Chips Ahoy, and more. The sheriff says parents should keep a close eye on what their kids are eating. An Atlanta man is arrested after he's accused of sexually grooming a child.
Sending a young girl pornographic videos describing the graphic things he wanted to do to her. The Hall County Sheriff's Office says that's what 48-year-old Ali Shahmarzadi did over the past 2 months, laying the groundwork for an intimate encounter. And that's why he is under arrest, having driven to Mundy Mill Road to have sex with someone he thought was a girl under 16. Shahmarzadi faces 15 felony charges of sexual exploitation of a minor, plus 1 count of grooming a child for indecent purposes. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
A new report from the Anti-Defamation League shows a concerning rise in 2 types of anti-Semitic incidents in Georgia.
Georgia saw a major increase in incidents on college campuses last year, with 55 overall, more than double the year prior. Vandalism also saw a big jump. The league's Sarah Sass says overall incidents were down in the Peach State, unlike the rest of the country.
In 2024, we recorded 9,354 anti-Semitic incidents in the United States. This was the highest year on record since we started doing this research almost 50 years ago.
There's been a nearly 900% increase over the past decade. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
The White House says more than a dozen trade proposals are on the table from other countries.
There is a lot of progress being made. We now have 18 proposals on paper that have been brought to the trade team.
Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says officials will meet with almost 3 dozen countries this week. President Trump says the U.S. is doing very well in efforts to reach a potential trade deal with China. Now, a WSB Money update and a big rally on Wall Street. The Dow gains over 1,000 points today. S&P and NASDAQ both up more than 2.5%. Shares of an Atlanta-based home builder soar today.
Pulte Group posting an earnings and revenue beat before Tuesday's opening bell on Wall Street, thanks in large part to incentives it extended to buyers. Despite a lot of uncertainty in the housing market right now, something that weighed on new orders. Now, those incentives include buy downs on mortgage rates, discounted home prices, even smaller-sized homes, all adding up to a boost in sales in the first 3 months of this year. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
A groundbreaking ceremony held today, officially kicking off work on much-anticipated new park space on the Beltline's West Side Trail. Anoda Park will be built just south of I-20 in the Westview neighborhood.
Atlanta Beltline Inc. estimates about 18 months of construction, so this should be open towards the end of 2026.
The Beltline Partnership's Rob Bronner says the 8-acre park will have numerous amenities, including a playground, splash pads, pavilion, and a basketball half court. The college football playoff announces dates and times for the quarterfinals, semifinals, and national championship game next season. It includes a triple header on New Year's Day with the Rose Bowl moving to 4 p.m. The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in Atlanta is a semifinal matchup this year. It'll be played Friday, January 9th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The national championship game is Monday, January 19th in Miami. It is 4:34. It's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Got a crash in Dunwoody, but luckily it is on the right shoulder. 285 eastbound, the interloop past Chamblee Dunwoody Road, exit 30. Just look out for the flashing lights there as you travel between Dunwoody and Dorville. Southbound still packed in, leaving I-85 down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway in Clarkston. If you're traveling 285 westbound, maybe heading towards the Braves game at Truist Park, you're going to see the brake lights pack in at Chamblee Dunwoody Road over to Roswell Road. Then the brake lights pick up again approaching I-75 in Cobb County. Southside perimeter, 285 eastbound, you're slowing, leaving Riverdale Road. All that traffic just trying to ramp onto I-75 south there in Clayton County. How's the route on I-75 up toward Marietta and Kennesaw, Sydney Darden?
It's a slow one. 75 northbound really going to start picking up those brake lights around the 120 loop past exit 265 on into Kennesaw. The good news is you do start to see some relief by the time you get to Highway 92 as you make your way into Woodstock. Southbound delays, though, a little bit heavier from, again, the 120 loop as you're approaching 285, making your way towards downtown. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy skies with a passing rain shower this evening. Overnight lows settling into the low 60s. Tomorrow, cloudy with scattered rain showers. A few rumbles of thunder possible. Highs in the upper 70s to low 80s.
72 in Stone Mountain and in Covington. 71 in Cartersville. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. When garage doors break, they usually don't break all at once. They don't just up and die. They die slowly. Garage doors complain a bit before they crap out, squeaking and sticking and shaking and grinding. They go down part way and then stop and go back up for no reason. But they hardly ever just end up dead with no symptoms and no long goodbye. If you ignored the signs, that dead door is on you. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our 19-point seasonal maintenance check makes sure everything's healthy. Oil the chain, check the rollers, realign the tracks, talk to you about how things are going, and look into any symptoms that might have you worried. Catch problems early, and your garage door should be around to play with the grandkids. And talk about the old days, when all this was just farmland.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
You can save more with our weekly digital deals. Select boxes of Nabisco Ritz crackers are only $1.99 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Don't let a DUI ruin your life. Hire the attorney that other attorneys hire. GeorgeStein.com.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free.
MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
All right, Tim Andrews, either you've ruined my afternoon or saved my life, one of the two, maybe both. I didn't show up today for Taco Tuesday.
Our Taco Town Hall. Thank you very much.
Taco Town Hall. The TTH. It's a corporate thing to get people to feel like we're all one big family.
I won a prize today.
What'd you win?
What'd you win?
I won a $50 gift card.
And the game, and I tried to say to Jared, but he wouldn't listen to me because he was so excited that he won something. I said, the fact that there were games played is one of the reasons I wasn't there. Were there children to play these games? No, you guys played games. So they played a game
Children
where
were involved, though.
You tried to match the baby faces of people who work here with their adult selves.
Yeah, it's multiple choice.
And you came in, multiple choice. We want to make sure that the dumb people still have a chance.
Yeah. That sort of looks like Shelley.
So you came in fifth place.
I did.
And
Yeah,
you
there were
won a
5 total prizes.
$50 gift certificate to an alcohol establishment.
That's right. I got a nice brewery gift card.
Get you 2 drinks.
Yeah,
Well,
nowadays.
I wasn't here for that. And so when it's over, they bring all the taco fixings and they put it here in what we call the trough. Anytime there's stuff left over, whether the books or food or anything, they end up on the trough.
Piggies.
You little piggies. And
Thank you.
I just went over there and I made myself a taco and I heated it up and I got in here. I was ready to enjoy it. And then Tim Andrews goes, that's been sitting there since noon. But it's only 4:30.
Yeah, it's
it's not.
McDonald's throws burgers away if they're unsold in
'Cause they get cold.
20 minutes. No, because they get bacteria on them.
Well,
Yes, they do grow bacteria, but they have to protect themselves.
Who?
It's all right.
The
Go for it,
bacteria have to protect themselves?
Yeah. You know,
They're
from
lawyered
you-
up.
They're lawyered up. So
I'm just saying, it's been
should I eat
sitting
it?
out.
I know, but isn't it like
I
8
wouldn't eat
hours, 10 hours? That's
I'd
when
eat it.
You're fine. Eat it.
you forage and eat stuff from your neighbors' backyards. I don't know that you're the best
Well,
person to
wash
tell
it.
me what I should. Well,
I had 3 about an hour ago, and I'm feeling
you feeling all right?
Yeah.
You had
Yeah,
3.
wait till tomorrow.
Whoa, you had 3. Do you need a loan? Are you eating? What's going on with you,
Yeah,
George?
some of us need that
I
$50
dug
gift
in.
card.
It's free food.
Yeah, Jerry gets the $50. Autumn doesn't get anything.
All I had
Yeah,
to
I
do
have
was
no chance to
You
even
could have
get one.
FaceTimed in.
You could have. You easily could have
How?
logged
To
in.
who?
You could have
Where?
logged
Why?
in. I
No.
don't know what the call is.
Hey,
the call
figure it
numbers.
out. Make it happen. Have agency.
It was
Do you
fun.
want a $50 gift card? Do what you need to do to get a $50 gift card, right?
This was the first
Let's
time.
not yell at Jared.
Do
for
whatever
being,
I
for
have
being
to do.
5th best.
By the way, Gemini says that there's a 2-hour rule.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's who cares?
Oh, look at that. Timmy making him throw it away.
I hope he gets sick. There you go.
Wow.
Man,
Smart
come on,
choice.
You're gonna let the
You trust
computer.
Gemini?
This is the first step in the
That's
AI
Grok.
revolution.
Did you say Gemini or Grok?
Gemini.
Oh, back out.
I know, go ahead and eat it. I don't care.
I thought it was Grok. Now
I'll
I gotta
ask Grok.
dig my food out of the garbage.
But you
All
missed
right.
out though. The nice thing about this game today is normally it's like by a show of hands.
You're adults.
Today
You're
it was
adults.
an actual app that everybody downloaded. And you play on that.
Oh, great! They won't use that app for any kind of data retrieval from their employees at all. Yeah, it's an app. You get them to play games for a gift card, and then you can watch them. For
You could see where
20
everybody's
hours a
score
day.
totals were. Dr. Joe was doing really well in there. Then he fell.
everything.
But he doesn't eat. He shows up for all these things.
Garbage. I can't eat it. I can't eat it. I can eat the lettuce. What do I win?
I saw Dr. Joe climb all the way up to 3rd place at one point during the game,
And then he dropped?
And then he dropped. He could
Boy,
not get
he's-
one of the babies right.
Was I in there as a baby? Did they have a baby picture of
They
me?
did not have you in there.
Did
In
you
fact,
give them a
no-
baby picture?
Are they all babies? Like there's a picture of me. For a while we had our kids' pictures, and they were pretend like ornaments years ago on a tree, and everybody thought mine was adorable. I think I was in 1st grade,
Everybody thought
and
mine was
and then
adorable.
they shrunk it down, and it's still, as a matter of fact, if you open the door here, it's still there. And somebody just removed mine. Didn't make the final cut.
I guess not. You were not featured, by the way. There were no WSB personalities that were featured in the game, except George Clark was one of the guesses on one of them.
Wait, so no one from WSB was.
No, he means on-air personality.
Yeah, it was the Morning X.
I know you may not realize this, but other people work here who are not on the air, and
Oh, I don't know them.
so I imagine the
Yeah, so they had like a couple of like the sales people.
they
that
have like a corporate thing. Hey, these hosts get all the headlines. Why don't we make the little people feel like they're part of the station
Oh,
too?
look at them. You're part of this thing
that's
too,
right,
huh?
yeah,
They had hosts
absolutely.
from-
Hey, you know what? We're a family, except that we can fire you. You want to fire people from your family, but
Oh,
you
a
can't. That's a real
family.
well.
We're not going to pay you.
No,
I know what
exactly,
you're
but we're a family, and anytime you want to be told to go away, just come see me.
Hey, they fed us with tacos.
Pizza's in the
today.
trough.
That's a nice thing right
Yeah,
there.
tacos.
That's a
Eat up.
nice way to
Fatty.
start the day.
Or you
Eat
can
up,
just stop at a
fatty.
restaurant, drop $15 to get your own taco, and not have to dance for the man. Is that what you were doing in order to get your taco? Were you here, George? Were you here for this?
Oh, no, I
Oh,
had to
that's
go to
right.
court.
You had to go to court because you are suing your license plate.
Yes.
Something along those lines.
What's your license plate do to you?
Stabbed him.
Yeah,
The
Assault?
how are we
expired
doing?
tag.
Expired tag. You had to go to court for that?
Yeah.
Can't you just fix it?
No, no. You've got to go to court and see the judge.
Not always.
Plead
I
guilty.
wasn't.
If you had
That
a cool
happened to
cop.
me once.
I think in Atlanta that's the rule. I think other counties and stuff you can just pay online.
I did the same thing a couple of years ago, George. You have to go show up to court for that, and it's like ridiculous because
didn't.
it's like $100 or something.
I was
like that.
pulled
It's
over in
ridiculous.
South Georgia going to Florida last year in December.
The officer must have liked you.
And I did not realize that we had a lot of stuff going on, and it's on my wife's birthday, the thing is calibrated for. And so I didn't realize that we didn't do our tag. And I get this thing in South Georgia, and it's just like, well, when you get back to Atlanta, pay it and do it. I just went to a Kroger.
I think a
and
lot
did
of
it.
those
I didn't-
drive-through counties that don't really have a huge population allow you to do that.
They know you're not coming back. And you live in
Exactly.
Atlanta. They're not going
Right.
to make you go back.
Oh, I see. So I wouldn't have to go back to Podunk.
And he didn't give you a fine or anything, right?
If
he told you just go get it done.
Well, he wrote me a ticket, and I
Oh.
think I had an amount of time to get it done before it turned into a fine, if I recall. properly, there may have been a fine.
That officer
involved.
was very nice to you then.
Well, I know. I didn't even realize it was happening. And I looked at him at one point and I went, do I own this car? Like, what's going on? I had no idea what the guy was saying to me. It seemed like, I was driving somebody else's car. So, I didn't have to do that. Was the judge nice to you? Did you tell him you know George Stein? That's what I would have done. They love that.
No. But she was very nice. But I got the full fine. It was $146 to get
Oh, come on, man.
$100 fine, $46 in court fees, and then I had to pay an extra $6 because I used my debit card.
That's how they get the little guy.
Take a sack of pennies.
That's how they get the little guy.
Yep.
Right? Elon would have just
parking.
said, the president would have been, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
I'll take care of it. It's okay.
$146.
Yeah, not great.
I'll pay it for you. I'll pay it for you.
I appreciate it.
Are you saying you want to learn from this mistake?
Yes.
Well, then I won't pay it for you. But I want you to know that I would have.
I appreciate it.
Because I think that's a heavy expense for a person like George Clark in this world.
It is.
Trying to make it. And a man who, by the way, big lover of eggs. So the last year has not been kind.
I know.
That's all I eat.
Not been kind to him. Alex Williams says 285 is getting slow in Spaghetti Junction.
Yeah, really watching those brake lights fill in now, Eric. Not even any crashes in the way. Just all the volume. 285 eastbound packs in right at Buford Highway. You stay slow passing I-85, making the trek southbound into Tucker and Clarkston. No relief till you get down to Memorial Drive, exit number 41. If you're traveling on the south side, just found a new crash. This one's going to now be a travel advisory. Fire departments in 2 left lanes in Clayton County. 75 southbound, Terra Boulevard, exit 235. That's going to add to the delays coming out of Hateville and Forest Park. You can use Highway 1941, which is Terra Boulevard, or I-675 south to avoid those delays. How are we looking through the downtown area, Sydney Darden?
Well, the travel volume is in full swing southbound, especially through Midtown. If you're coming from the east side, you are going to be on those brakes 85 southbound as soon as you merge on from Georgia 400. From there, you're going to stay on them past 17th Street, past 10th Street, past the top of the Grady Curve, even until you get to the heart of downtown to merge on to I-20. I-85 northbound, you're starting to really see the backup as you merge on from Langford Parkway, a rough ride past University Avenue at 244 until you get to Midtown. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
The morning rush hour, the evening rush hour, and everything in between.
Slow spots are starting to build up the east side perimeter on 285 North.
Tune in 24/7 with the Triple Team Traffic
We've
Center.
had several breakdowns, including one in the express lane.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Remember that first paycheck when you started working all those years ago? You looked at the net amount and thought, whoa, what happened here? Ah, the joy of taxes. It could be this way with your retirement accounts. You know how much you've saved, but if you haven't planned for Uncle Sam, you could come up short in retirement. With tax laws constantly changing, there's a lot you need to know to make sure you're not paying more than your fair share. Financial advisor Mark Lloyd and the Lloyd Advisory Group can help you create a plan that shows you how taxes could affect you now and in the future. Set up your tax strategy session with Mark and the team at the Lloyd Advisory Group now. Call 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Make sure you know how these changes could affect you so you can avoid some of those whoa moments in retirement. Call 770-766-5611. Insurance products and services offered through Lloyd Advisory Group. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
When it rains, you need to make sure your home is protected from the ground up. That means starting in your crawl space. Water in your crawl space can lead to problems in your house. Crawl space issues? Visit aquaguard.net today and book a free inspection. Remember, AquaGuard.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
Heavy rain can significantly impact your septic system by saturating the soil and causing backups in your home. I'm Shannon, owner of Scorpion Septic. We can help. My licensed, insured, experienced team responds 24/7 with upfront pricing and high-quality work.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump-out charge with your repair. Details online.
ScorpionSepticServices.com.
Ashley Frasca, host of Green and Growing for Atlanta's premium sod supplier, NG Turf. Get farm fresh, high quality sod, including Zeon Zoysia, Rebel Fescue, and Tiff Tough Bermuda, delivered direct from NG Turf, your premium sod provider. NGTurf.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Spring storms can produce flash flooding with heavy rain flowing around your house and into your crawl space. And rainwater trapped in there will provide the perfect breeding ground for mold. Hey, this is Christina Epwords. Mold not only produces that stale, musty smell, but it can also impact the air quality in your home. But call my friends at American Crawl Space Solutions. They will encapsulate your crawl space, keeping it dry and preventing mold from forming. AmericanCrawlSpaceSolutions.com, your best value for crawl space repair.
American Crawl Space Solutions. Foundations too.
We got another person wants to yell at me on the open mics. You know, the open mics are a privilege. I don't know if you should just constantly be screaming at the host.
We did call out North Florida, and we did call out Gators.
We were joking around, and it came up. Everybody's got a sacred cow. Everybody's got something. It's like, well, I'll laugh at them while they're making fun of all those things I don't care about. But if they ever, in their 20 hours of improvisation a week, if they ever happen to stumble upon something I care about, well, I'm going to let them know.
When it comes to God's country, Ocala, Florida, you don't touch it. You don't touch that down there.
God hasn't touched that country.
He ain't even looked at it. He can't.
Hello, this is Alan from Dahlonega. I grew up in Florida.
Well, you're north of me right now.
And went to school in Gainesville. I'll have you know that northern Florida is the real South.
Wow.
The further south you go, the more north you get.
Yeah, I get it. I know. Snowbirds.
So if you want to feel comfortable with some good people,
okay,
then you. All right. Well, he felt he
All right,
ran,
listen,
ran out of time.
Speaking of being comfortable, I
Yeah.
think he needs an inhaler.
Right. Well,
Did you
listen.
hear his breathing?
All right. I know. Well, it sounds like she's going after him, but actually she cares.
I know.
I know. I'm saying like this
She cares.
feels like there's something wrong.
And
His family members should be saying this, not me.
I could bring up a certain individual to put Ocala on the map, not necessarily a positive thing. It was a long time ago. I believe probably before, was it before? Right about the time that Jared Yamamoto was being born onto the earth.
What year was he born?
89.
1989.
Same year I first worked at a radio station.
Same here.
I walked into a radio station December of 88, but 89 was the first year I actually worked at a radio station.
Radio's
and
gotten
this
so
guy
much-
comes in here every day and says he's going to produce me? What the hell is he seeing? That's
Think
what
about
I
how
want
much
to know.
better radio's gotten since then. I mean, it's
Well,
because obviously I was
so much
born.
more freer.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it is better, worse. I don't know. I don't know if all those morning shows are really the best thing in the world.
We're gonna kill a pig with a chainsaw.
At
Hooters.
A little over.
That's right. And there'll be boobs somehow.
Yeah,
there.
we're gonna act like Hooters is pornography. You know?
Bovine blood and boobs.
In the morning.
In the morning. In the morning. I believe we don't have enough time to get to the next What's the Buzz, or do
I
we?
actually have another good open mic for you. Believe it or
What, did
not.
you call that last one good? Anybody who calls in and yells at the host and
I
tells
didn't
him
think he
he's
was
a jerk.
yelling. You thought this guy was yelling?
hello, this is Alan.
No, but I mean,
He
it's
was
like
chiding.
registering his disappointment.
I think he's more making a, I don't know, editorial on
saying
Florida.
I do.
Florida's
I
the
think
real
of that.
South.
I think of that area when you're Lake City, Ocala. It's like, I'm sorry.
D-land.
Can I be honest? I thinks to myself when I'm driving through there, Make sure you got enough gas. Don't break down here.
No, but
No, I could be wrong.
If you do break down, there's like alligator viewing at the gas station.
Oh,
It's pretty cool.
that's
the
what I'd
dead
love
one.
to see.
I'm looking at the notable people listed
No,
on
not that.
John Travolta.
Is he from Ocala, Florida?
is.
Yeah. Come on.
Yep.
Get out of here.
Gave us John Travolta.
You're lying.
No.
You're lying. He's a Broadway baby. Are you kidding me? If he was born in Ocala, Florida, he moved 2 months later.
D-Land, Florida, too. Remember, home of Chipper Jones.
We'll just leave that where it is. Alex Williams says there's a crash on 75 in Clayton County.
Yeah, this one is going to be a travel advisory, Eric. The cones are out. The fire department is on scene. 2 left lanes are knocked out. 75 South, Terra Boulevard, exit 235. Already jammed up on the brake lights back into Hateville from Central Avenue. Go ahead, jump over and use Highway 1941, or you can use 675 southbound as your alternates to avoid that. 75 northbound in Henry County, you're jammed in out of Locust Grove up to Highway 2081 in McDonough. We also just watched a crash, hopefully clear on 285 on the west side, Sydney Darden.
Yeah, I-285 southbound on the outer loop, just before exit 16 to Atlanta Road. It was partially blocking one left lane. Now they were able to get it completely off to the shoulder. Nonetheless, still a little stop and go as you make your way towards I-20. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan and just pay $14.99 a month for 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
On air,
Online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Are you serious? The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
OMG! Oh my goodness!
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
On 95.5 WSB.
When my grandfather, Jim Ellis, started our business in 1971, he knew it would be difficult to please every customer. However, that didn't stop him from trying. Hi, I'm Stacey Ellis, Vice President of the Jim Ellis Automotive Group. For over 50 years, we've built our reputation on honesty, effort, and doing what's best for our customers. That means transparent pricing and a commitment to making your car buying experience quick, easy, and convenient. We work hard to help you find the right car at the right price with a shopping experience designed around you, whether you shop in person or online at jimellis.com. Are we perfect? No. Sometimes things don't go as smoothly as we hope. Maybe there's a miscommunication or an unforeseen hiccup. We get it. When that happens, we don't make excuses, we work to make it right. That's why last year we earned nearly 14,000 positive reviews from customers who trust us to do the right thing. When you're ready for your next vehicle, trust the name that's been doing right by customers for more than 50 years. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers, to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
Superior Pro is committed to low prices and high quality with American-made windows, siding, painting, doors, and more. Right now, purchase siding from Superior Pro and get half off the painting. SuperiorPro.com.
The pros to know.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. news, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, that bag of chips or candy bar your child is eating could be even worse for them than you thought. WSB's Steve Summers reports live with the new connection between snacks and drugs.
Yeah, that's right, Bill. A Fayette County traffic stop led deputies to what they thought was just a lot of candy, chips, and cookies. But a look beyond the familiar labels told the truth. Those snacks were infused with a chemical in pot that gets you high.
Candy that kids love, and it's full of THC.
But Sheriff Barry Babb says there are giveaways to this, like how the name of the snack has been altered.
We have Trips Ahoy instead of Chips Ahoy, and it's a chocolate chip cookie.
Trips, of course, meaning to get high. Sheriff Babb fears kids will not see the difference and will overdose eating what they think are their normal snacks. He urges parents to check very carefully what their kids are eating because the way these labels are, they can even fool adults at first glance. Now, you can see examples of these THC-laced snacks at our website, WSBradio.com. Reporting live, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
74 degrees in Atlanta. Does the rainy pattern continue this week? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Hall County Schools now offering a $5,000 reward following Monday's lockdown at Chestatee High School. The sheriff's office says the phone threat was likely a swatting incident. Investigators say the number used to call in the threat was not local. The male caller said there were explosives on the campus and he threatened to harm students and staff. An investigation determined the threat was a hoax. Swatting is when a prank call is made to force a large emergency response. A Fulton County judge finds a mother not guilty by reason of insanity in the drowning of her infant daughter 2 years ago.
Asia Calabrese Lewis faced felony murder and cruelty to children charges after her 1-year-old daughter was found dead in a pond near I-285 in Sandy Springs in May 2023. Now, a judge says her mental illness prevented her from determining right from wrong. That's after she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and mania earlier this month. Her attorneys previously argued she wasn't fit to stand trial. She's being treated at the Fulton County Jail. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
A man who preyed on children gets a life sentence in Cobb County.
It's a serious violation of trust and innocence. That's what Cobb District Attorney Sonia Allen calls the case of 20-year-old Cooper Hamilton. Working on a tip from the FBI, Cobb police found Hamilton had produced and shared illegal material on the dark web, which involved a minor. Photos of children taken in secret were also placed online. Hamilton has been sentenced to life in prison plus 20 years following his guilty plea to 25 counts related to the sexual exploitation and abuse of a minor child. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
The funeral for Pope Francis will be held Saturday in St. Peter's Square. CBS's Seth Doan reports Francis put out his own preferences on how his funeral would be conducted.
He focused on simplicity, and we're seeing that even in how he's being honored in his passing here. He's chosen to, for instance, not be in these 3 nesting coffins. Popes were always put in 3 nesting coffins. He will be in 1 zinc-lined coffin. And there are various ways where for the pageantry that we're seeing, it is scaled down for a pope.
Cardinals are now planning the conclave to elect the Pope's successor. As Delta Airlines marks 100 years in the skies and looks ahead to the next century, Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens talks today about the importance of Atlanta's hometown airline.
So geographically, we're wonderfully located, and also a 2-hour flight to 80% of the United States. So that allows us to get places, and with a fantastic airline like Delta, mostly in a nonstop fashion.
Delta CEO Ed Bastian says overseas travel is where they see their future focus. Uber is launching a new airport shuttle service to and from downtown and midtown Atlanta in May. The shuttles will run every 30 minutes from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., although the company isn't yet saying where the specific pickup points are located. You'll be able to reserve a spot up to a week in advance on the Uber app. It is now 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, Triple Team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Big jam on the south side this afternoon, Bill. Travel advisory crash in 2 left lanes, 75 southbound, Terra Boulevard exit 235. Heavy delays all the way back to Central Avenue there in Hateville. That means you're thinking about Highway 1941, Highway 54 Jonesboro Road, or I-675 southbound as your alternates there. If you're traveling I-20 the West Freeway on and off the brakes from the downtown connector through through West Atlanta out to Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Then you'll slow again from Riverside Parkway. The delays continue out into Lithia Springs. Checking the right on I-20 through DeKalb County. Sydney Darden.
Yeah, and we've got trouble going to or from Lithonia. The newest thing we see, something I-20 westbound just past exit 71 to Panola Road that's affecting probably at least one lane at this point. Trying to get eyes on it right now. In the meantime, expect those brake lights as you're approaching 285. If you're headed away from the city, I-20 eastbound, really going to be feeling the pinch around I-20 eastbound to exit 68 to get off at Wesley Chapel Road, making for a really slow ride to Stonecrest. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies with a few light rain showers passing through. A rumble of thunder can't be ruled out. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers, high near 80. Thursday, mostly cloudy with off and on rain showers, morning lows in the mid 60s, daytime high 79. Friday, Saturday, and heading into Sunday, partly to mostly cloudy with an isolated chance of rain. Morning lows in the low to mid 60s, daytime highs in the low 80s.
69 in Canton, 66 in Lawrenceville, 74 in Fairburn. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. And hour 3 means that's the 5 o'clock hour. And that means it's time for the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz with a new keyword for this hour. And that keyword, you're excited. I can hear you all.
I'm excited.
You're woo.
What's the word going to be? I can't wait to hear it.
Well, the keyword.
Like
we call
vacation
these keywords. Now, don't say things like that because then people get confused. Now, we're in the
suitcase.
space. No, that's not the word.
No?
Because those are words. This is the keyword.
Ooh.
The keyword is invest.
Ooh.
I-N. Okay, once you guys get done making noises.
Whoa!
Wow.
Wow.
Invest is spelled I-N-V-E-S-T. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. Again, that keyword is I-N-V-E-S-T. That spells invest.
Wow, what a shot! Wow!
What a shot!
Geometrically, that should not have happened.
But it did. But it did. All right, what do you have? Another open micer who wants to yell at me?
Yeah, well, I don't know about yell at you, but you talk about how you have mixed feelings about Adam Carolla.
Oh, I think it came up. I briefly said, because I was extolling something that he had said that I was agreeing
That was
with.
on Friday.
And I just happened to kind of throw in there, well, I mean, I thought he was a friend, but then I found out later he doesn't like me. Never had any respect for me. You know, it's one of those things. You can't get everybody. It's all right. The Beatles didn't get everybody. I'm not going to get everybody. But, you know, it doesn't mean that I can't say, hey, I think what he said about this or that was okay. It just kind of stings a little bit because, you know, I never thought he thought of me as his best friend in the world or anything, but I thought he had good relative feelings toward me. And I found out later that that was not true at all. He thinks that I'm completely talentless.
Perhaps this open micer
Thought.
can offer a different perspective.
Thought.
What do you mean thought?
I'm sure if he listened today, he wouldn't say the same.
What would be the difference? What, was I an idiot back then? Was I a dummy back then? Was
It
I?
was a different thing. You first of all, you weren't leading the show.
Okay.
And so sometimes people like him or Bill Burr would just say, "Oh, that's the second banana."
That's another guy who didn't like me. Thinks I'm talentless. Not that either of these people think of me more than like 30 seconds a year when somebody else brings me up. I'm not pretending that. It was just an aside. I just threw it in as an aside.
Well, you know, we're all about perspectives here on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
We are.
And maybe
As a matter of fact, 4 o'clock in the morning, you can see Perspectives by Eric Von Hessler. We do it
right before the farm report.
You know, let's hear about some people in society that we don't normally hear from. Perspectives.
I like to collect worms.
Here's a perspective of a man who likes to collect worms.
They're fun to have around.
Who's done that.
Yeah, they keep them in the dirt, the bathtub.
Yeah. And that's a little teaser for what you can expect 4 o'clock this Sunday morning.
This is for EVH per your beef with Adam Carolla.
Stop. I have no beef. There's no beef. There's no beef. We don't think about each other.
Where's the beef?
I just happened to throw in a little aside that this is a little thing that happened in my life that I found interesting. There's no beef.
This is for EVH per your beef with Adam Carolla. I think you're being a little harsh on him, given that his opinion is going to be based on early, struggling stand-up Eric and young shock jock 30-something Eric, and not 60-year-old, dominating Atlanta for 25 years.
There you go.
Biggest show on the biggest station. If he lived here, he'd like you too. It's 84 degrees and sunny.
The only problem with that is I had no reason to believe that he didn't like me then until I found out later that he didn't. And it doesn't matter. There is no beef. You know, there's too many of these dissing and
show
beef,
wars.
these beef things that go on. You know, I read there's an article today. Some rapper rapped something about LeBron's wife, which is like, and now because these, this is now just a way. I'd never heard of this rapper's name before, but then LeBron did the thing that celebrities do now. He responded, you know, and it was like, why would you respond? There's no need for you to respond. You're LeBron James. He's a rapper I've never heard of.
Kevin
Now,
Gates.
Is that a rapper you've ever heard of?
I have not.
That's not a rapper name. Kevin
No,
Gates.
it's not. Well, we've had a few rappers who have mailmen like names lately. What was that one?
DJ Steven Schwartz. Come on.
Jack
Jack Harlow.
Yeah, Jack Harlow.
Which I like Jack Harlow
That sounds
a lot.
that sounds like some sort of detective from the
40s,
1940s,
yeah.
right? You know,
Jack Harlow here.
Jack will get the job done.
Aye, she had walking sticks.
She came in. Those pins were making me drool.
All right, are we still doing What's the Buzz, or are we going to do something else? I don't care. I don't care. You just tell me. I'll just follow along.
Listen, I've got a bunch of What's the Buzz left here. In fact, the Federal Trade Commission is suing.
I don't care about the Federal Trade Commission. Who cares about the Federal Trade Commission? What do they do?
Perhaps
Trade.
They commiserate about trade?
Federally.
Okay, now I get it.
They are suing Uber for charging Uber One without user consent. So Uber One is like an elevated tier within Uber.
You tell me. I don't have I do not have these apps on my phone. So whenever I get an Uber, somebody else is paying.
Yeah, you got to jump in there, man.
Why?
Because it's so
Where is
easy.
he when he needs an Uber?
He's not going
Airport.
anywhere.
He's got to go to
I do
Piedmont.
go to places. I don't know if people have noticed. I've been quite the jet setter lately.
Yeah.
I go to places. I park my car at the airport and I get in it when I get back.
It's so much better to use rideshare than to go around and go to bars and then drive
Well,
drunk.
no, I wouldn't be driving drunk. Yeah, if I was a younger individual who went out to see, I get drunk at home, and I find there's a couple of reasons that works. Number one, you don't have to drive, and number two, you can you can vomit anywhere you want. You own it. You don't have to hurry up and get to the bathroom.
Clean
or
it
anything
up when you
like that.
feel like it.
That's right. I don't feel like. I was like, hey, you know what? I can sleep next to that for one night.
Yeah, let it get hard. So
No, that's not one night. That's not one. I'm just saying, you kind of, oh boy, now you know what? I'll clean that up in the morning.
But you hear about
That doesn't. By the way, don't get worried. That only happens 15, 20 times a year. Very rare.
Everything's good.
Other than that, come on, everything's great. But who wants to be out on the belt line, vomiting on the belt line?
Well, like, I mean, even
Jared yelling at you, "Hey, this is my belt line."
Don't throw up on my...
don't throw up on my belt line.
Well, it's okay because it's Atlanta, and he's just showing that he loves Atlanta.
It's graffiti. It's art.
That's right.
There's I mean, even on Friday night, we went out after 420 Fest for a little bit in Decatur, and we met up with a group that was like about to draw straws on who was going to drive them home. And I'm like, and even I suggested their table. I didn't know them. We were just strangers.
You just can't mind your own business.
And no, we were talking with them in the bar.
Party
so like,
boy ambassador of the ATL.
And I'm like, guys,
Uber
like that,
booster.
And I'm like, that's a long way. Like, you can use Lyft too. That's fine. Either rideshare app
or Jim in the corner.
I'll give you a ride home.
Well, I mean, at one point,
You're gonna have to be in the bed of the truck.
Do you have any allergies?
Well, at one point they're like, oh no.
rag.
Whoever loses this game is going to be the one that drives us home. And they were driving to a far out suburb, and I'm like, that's
was
not
anybody,
a good idea.
Was anybody not going to stop drinking, or no? It was just like, you're the drunk person who's going to drive us.
I think they were planning to leave pretty soon. So
How'd you know they were
were all.
drunk?
Well, because we met them at the bar. It was like late.
What else you doing at a bar?
1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. We
Get
had,
yourself
again,
a Diet Coke. Glass of
That's
milk.
right, the president. When he's in
Well, whenever I go to a bar, that's what I do. I eat the popcorn and drink about 7-8 pitchers of Diet Coke.
and watch whatever games are.
Whatever game is on it, could you put it on the women's NCAA?
You're a big fan.
WNBA, love it.
Boy, that
Caitlin, what's her face?
Caitlin Clark.
they say there's another big star coming out of college this year. Did she go number one in the WNBA draft?
She went number 1. Ew.
No.
You know the thing about Kawhi? is, you know, what I... You
all right, big fella?
Shaq. Catching a crap?
No.
Shaq.
Go ahead. Keep talking, Jeff. Yeah, we're on TV. I know what we're doing. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's that olive oil you've been drinking.
I know. Hey, take
I
some
know.
matches with you.
That's my favorite part. He's like, I know.
Hey, listen, he couldn't hold it.
He can't hold it.
After 40, he can't hold it no more.
That's a first.
He can't hold it.
Unless
hold
he's
it no
got
more after
something.
40.
That wasn't something planned, was it?
No,
that was not
at all.
planned.
Hey, listen.
That wasn't something.
Yeah, where'd that
planned.
hayseed come from?
Yeah.
Who?
That wasn't something planned.
No,
Was.
that's Ernie. It's Ernie. What do you mean a hayseed? That's
That
Ernie.
wasn't
Sounded like a
something planned,
hayseed.
was.
He just pooped himself.
What
is Ernie? Don't make fun of Ernie. Ernie's the
Ernie's
man.
a legend, for
He's the
heaven's
man.
sakes. Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 75 into Morrow.
Yeah, big mess between Hateville and Morrow, Eric. It's that travel advisory with 2 left lanes blocked still with this crash. 75 southbound, Terra Boulevard, exit 235, stacked up from Central Avenue. Several alternates that will get you around this one: Highway 1941, Jonesboro Road, Highway 54, or I-675. And we just found a left lane stall leaving the airport, 285 northbound, the inner loop, Highway 166, Langford Parkway, exit 5. Police on scene with that. A few brake lights back toward Camp Creek Parkway, but really no big delay. And we found the reason for the big jam on I-20 into DeKalb County. Sydney Darden.
Yeah, it's a stall knocking out one left lane I-20 westbound just past exit 71 to Panola Road, making for those delays that stretch all the way back almost to Stonecrest. This report sponsored by Rapid Radios. They are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, you can go to rapidradios.com for 60% off and for UPS shipping at code radio and get an extra 5% off. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Sad news for Catholics around the world.
Pope Francis has died at the age of 88.
For the latest on his passing.
We will have in-depth team coverage of the death of Pope Francis.
And what happens
We're
next.
still waiting for the smoke to rise up, as is the tradition from the Vatican itself.
Listen throughout the day to 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
Hey, if you've been thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, now you can sell your home fast and for more than you expect. Hey, Sean Hannity here. One of the most stressful things about selling your home is not being able to control the timing. Now, Mark Spain Real Estate, they allow you to receive an all-cash offer and close in as little as 21 days. Just go to markspain.com to find out what your guaranteed offer will be. That's markspain.com, and you can start packing.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group, to discuss one of the biggest blind spots that people face when saving for retirement, and it's a head scratcher. Chris, how do so many people not know what they're invested in?
That's the biggest flaw that everybody runs into. They think they know what equities they have, they think they know what bonds they have, but they really don't know how those mutual funds or how those index funds are performing in conjunction with one another. So, I would liken this to a big pot of soup, and we're just throwing all the ingredients in the refrigerator in this thing. It's not very good. It's just a mishmash of stuff. And sometimes you like the way it tastes. Sometimes you don't. And when you don't know why. You don't know if you got too much chicken in there or too much vegetables in there or what's going on. And I ask every caller that comes in for an initial consultation, do you know how your portfolio is broken down? And they say, well, I've got, 20 or so options in my 401k, and I just picked 2 of them or 3 of them. I thought I needed some international. I thought I needed some U.S. equities. I thought I needed some bonds. And they're just guessing. So you have to absolutely know what you're invested in, and that's where we will run the 401k portfolio x-ray for you, because that'll break it down. If you're not proficient at investing and don't understand this world, we will walk you through it. Not knowing what you're invested in is a big hindrance to growing and protecting your money. We will run a portfolio x-ray for you and educate you on exactly what's in your portfolio.
Set up a time to get your complimentary portfolio x-ray today. Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858. That's 404-737-3858, or book online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
April showers bring May flowers, but they may also lead to water inside your home. Dave Baker here for Findlay Roofing. The roof guys. Rain means trouble for your roof. And when it does, think of Findlay first. The perfect match for any roofing issue. And with Findlay, manners matter. They'll treat your home like it's their own with 5-star exceptional service. Plus, Findlay offers upfront pricing, 0% financing, and a free roof analysis. FindlayRoofing.com. Roof.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
You know, I try to play a game, with the news sometimes, just to spice it up a little bit. So now my latest one is try to find Pete Hegseth answering any allegations about anything where he doesn't bring up the Russia hoax. Has nothing to do with his situation, but has absolutely nothing. But his point seems to be, because the media was behind the Russia hoax, I don't have to answer for any allegations against me. Everybody knows you guys are behind the Russia. Yeah, but did you were you texting toddlers about war plans? I'd expect such from the Russia hoax media.
You just texted me now about Syria.
Yeah, apparently the bombing's going to start at
6:20.
6:20, and we're using Tomahawks for this. Thanks, Pete.
Send a nice American flag emoji.
People are always complaining that there isn't enough transparency with the American people. Here's a guy who texts you and lets you know when we're about to attack.
Maybe that's all we need, Eric. Maybe we need to have
more transparency.
So if we put it out there on social media, if you like a post, it'll be like, okay, we will bomb these people. And if you dislike it, then we won't.
That's what I'm saying. Crowdsourcing our war plans.
I like this.
Hey, we couldn't do any worse than we've done in the last 30 years or so with our foreign wars.
If you just bomb Iran, all of this would go away.
That's what Nikki Haley says. Well, I like the fact that Nikki Haley's out there. Bet you're wishing you would have voted for me now, because I would have gone to war with Iran. I would have been a good little president. I would have done exactly what the intelligence agencies told me I had to do all the time. I mean, we would have had a meeting, last 15 minutes, talk about, White Lotus, whatever. Go on with your war plans. Nikki Haley knows that's the kind of president America wants, and she's right, usually. I mean, that's how most of them have been. If I was your president, I would go to war with anybody the intelligence agencies told me to go to war with. I don't care if it destroys my presidency, which it usually does.
France.
Let's do it. I like that. You see John Bolton on CNN all the time. Remember when he was a war criminal?
Yeah.
Now he disagrees with Trump, so he's a good guy. This guy, John, every time you see John Bolton on television, just remember that in the first Trump administration, he was arguing vociferously for us to go to war with Venezuela, because we're not at war with enough people. We're not at war with enough people.
We got to let people know.
These John Boltons of the world, they want to be at war with everybody. Russia, China, Iran, Venezuela. And meanwhile, I'm like, who are you sending? Influencers? Like less than 1% of the families in this country protect all of us. Who are you sending?
Okay, guys, I'm here in Ukraine, and I have a gun. I'm going to show you how to load it.
What are you going on about? You're making noises over there, clicking noises with your face. Is your face clicking again?
It was clicking.
Okay.
Because I was.
It's got a very clickable face.
I got
that didn't come out right. A clickable face.
I've got to get a good idea. We're talking about how all these influencers are dominating all social media, right?
Yeah.
If we were to send these influencers to war and show how cool it is, then we'd have enough soldiers to be able to fight all these wars.
Well, the problem is you'd have to send them to a CGI stage, because you could never portray war as cool. It doesn't. War is cool if you know.
Do you know how good these influencers are with the filters?
Okay, it works in the beginning. works in the beginning. What is the all quiet along the
Western
Front? Yeah, the time for convincing young men that war is fun and adventurous and all that is before they go. Once they're there for a couple of months, they realize everything I've been told is BS, and now I have to survive. Because it turns out there's all those parades we were in. Yeah, that's I get it. You wanted me to volunteer. You got me. But now we're here, and this is hell, as war always is. Hell, and for that reason, here's a little thing, should be avoided at all costs. Should be the last thing that you do because you have to do it because you've exhausted every other. And John Bolton is not one of those, we've exhausted every other diplomatic solution. John Bolton, who would never pick up a rifle, put on a helmet, go out into battle, he doesn't need to. He's so much smarter than the kids his policies kill that he never actually has to be out there putting his life in danger. That's the beauty of being an intellectual when it comes to war. You get to play around with the lives of other people's children, not yourself or your own. Oh, yes, we got to remind people because it is the 5 o'clock hour that... show it to me. I don't have it in front of me. The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. This hour's keyword is INVEST, invest. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBradio.com/cash for your chance to win. Alex Williams says there's a big jam on 75 passing the airport.
That there is, Eric, all due to the travel advisory still in place. 75 southbound, Terra Boulevard exit 235, crash in 2 left lanes. The tow trucks are on the scene doing their work to clear this up, but it's stacked up the ride back into Hateville, also causing 285 eastbound outer loop delays trying to ramp onto 75 south. Use 1941 Jonesboro Road or I-675 south as alternates. I-20 westbound into Cobb County. You're all jammed up with that left lane crash past Panola Road, exit 71. That's the reason for the brake lights back at the Mall of Stonecrest. 85 north out of the cabin in Gwinnett County, budget about 17 minutes from Chamblee Tucker up to Highway 316. Checking the ride on I-75 to the northwest side of town. It's Sydney Darden.
Yeah, and it's a little stop and go now as you're coming off of 285, making your way through Cobb County. You're really feeling the pinch around 265 exit, the 120 loop there through Marietta. It doesn't really see any relief until you get to that 575-75 split. Southbound, a similar story. You're really going to be on those brakes, leaving the 120 loop, exit 263 to North Marietta Parkway until you approach Cumberland. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
So you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best. It's Mark Aram here. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair's completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix your hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration. And don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Hey, it's Belinda for the board-certified plastic surgeons at Marietta Plastic Surgery. I've trusted their team for years. Doctors West, McNeil, Hanna, and Biswas have been serving the Atlanta area for over 25 years with expert surgical and non-surgical care. With warmer weather on the way, are you summer ready? Marietta Plastic Surgery is here to help you look and feel your best. They now offer Awake Liposuction, a less invasive way to sculpt your body with less downtime. And their med spa still has all your go-to treatments like Botox and fillers, microneedling, Diamond Glow, hydrofacials, and Morpheus 8 for radiant, glowing skin. Looking to restore thinning hair or reshape your hairline? Marietta Plastic Surgery is the only practice in the region that offers the gold standard in hair restoration, the Foundation Aesthetic Hair Restoration Method. Visit MariettaPlasticSurgery.com to schedule your consultation today.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top story, it's news about your child's health.
Studies have found that artificial colors that create vibrant colors mess with the child's developing brain.
The FDA says it's phasing out 8 petroleum-based food dyes from the nation's food supply.
FDA Commissioner Marty McCary says parents have long called for the removal of artificial dyes from foods, saying they cause hyperactivity and attention issues.
You have to always listen to the mom.
He says the government is setting a national standard and timeline
for the food industry to transition from petroleum-based food dyes to natural alternatives.
The dyes the FDA is removing are used widely in U.S. foods. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
And because of that, this plan will trigger huge changes for many products on the shelves in grocery stores. 74 degrees in Atlanta. More scattered showers tomorrow. Does the rain chance continue through the week? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. The Fayette County Sheriff's Office is warning parents about THC-laced products that look like candy.
It's the way they're packaged that is almost a facsimile, almost absolute copy of typical candy that kids love.
Sheriff Barry Babb says during a recent traffic stop, deputies recovered a large number of these products. Some of them were disguised as Skittles, Doritos, Oreos, Starburst, Chips Ahoy, and more. It makes it easy for children to mistake them for actual candy. A Duluth father is found guilty in the death of his 9-week-old daughter. 29-year-old Khalik Woods was convicted in the November 2019 death of baby Camilla Woods. He's been sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. At the time of the incident, Woods told police he had been playing with the child, tossing her in the air and catching her when he felt the child's side go in, but evidence at the trial showed the girl's injuries were consistent with being violently squeezed and shaken. Jurors take 10 hours to return the guilty verdicts. A new report finds anti-Semitic incidents remain a major issue here in Georgia.
The report from the Anti-Defamation League shows incidents are down slightly in Georgia, but vandalism and incidents on college campuses are on the rise. There were 55 incidents at Georgia colleges last year, a big increase from 2023. It's part of a national trend.
Over the past 10 years, we've recorded an almost 900% increase.
The league's Sarah Sass says there were more than 9,300 incidents across the country last year. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
WSB Money Update, a much better day for investors. Bloomberg's Tom Busby reports the Dow gains over 1,000 points.
A rebound rally today on Wall Street. The major averages making back pretty much all of Monday's losses. On Trader bets that the White House is close to sewing up trade deals with some top economic partners. It comes as U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said he expects the tariff standoff between the U.S. and China to now de-escalate.
The S&P and NASDAQ both ending the day up more than 2.5%. Many Americans believe their financial goals will always be out of reach. CBS's Matt Piper reports on a new money study.
67% of Americans feel behind on their savings goals, with about half giving up hope, believing they'll never reach their targets. A majority with savings accounts have taken out money since the start of the year, primarily for unexpected expenses. The research was was conducted by Talker Research and questioned 2,000 Americans across different generations. About 30% of those questioned can only put aside $200 or less monthly.
The study shows Gen X seems to be struggling the most. The Beltline breaks ground today on the so-called Emerald Necklace of parks and green spaces along the popular trail. Anoda Park includes 8 acres on the West Side Trail near Langhorne Street and I-20 in the Westview neighborhood.
Community can have performances and picnics, and it's really going to be a hub of connectivity for residents over in Westview and surrounding communities.
Rob Bronner with the Beltline Partnership says the park will feature lots of amenities for kids and adults. It is now 5:34. This news sponsored by John Foy and Associates. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Travel advisory continues for those commuting on the south side. Jammed up 75 south out of Hateville down toward Morrow with this crash. Still trying to clear out of 2 left lanes at Terra Boulevard. Exit number 235, I-675, Jonesboro Road. Some alternates there. Speaking of Jonesboro Road, just found a new stall partially in the left lane. 285 eastbound, the outer loop. Approaching Jonesboro Road, exit 55. A lot of people taking 285 east to avoid that 75 south jam. So that's adding to those delays. And DOT reporting a new crash. Haven't found it yet on the jam cam. We're still looking. 285 southbound, the inner loop around Memorial Drive, exit number 51. Found some trouble heading into Midtown and downtown, Sydney Darden.
Yeah, right at the top of the downtown connector, 75 southbound near exit 251 to merge with I-85. It's one crash. It's partially blocking the right lane, actually not fully blocking the right lane as more authorities arrive on scene to help get that completely cleared. So just expect some volume as you make your way towards Midtown. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies with a few light rain showers passing through. A rumble of thunder can't be ruled out. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers, high near 80. Thursday, mostly cloudy with off and on rain showers, morning lows in the mid 60s, daytime high 79. Friday, Saturday, and heading into Sunday, partly to mostly cloudy with an isolated chance of rain. Morning lows in the low to mid 60s, daytime highs in the low 80s.
72 in Woodstock, 74 in Clarkston, and 73 in College Park. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Springtime means even more time spent outside. Festivals, concerts, ball games, but it also means more road construction. It's Smiler Mark McKay. Road work means new traffic patterns, closures, sign confusion, and add in a distracted driver, you'll find yourself in a wreck. If someone crashes into you, you need the strong arm, John Foy and Associates. They'll protect your rights and your wallet against the big insurance companies. John Foy will treat you with respect and compassion, all with zero upfront costs. Call for your free case evaluation, johnfoy.com.
For many women in our community, support for our physical and mental health feels out of reach.
When your workday is long.
And your budget is tight.
And your village is busy.
And the road between home and help is a 6-lane highway with no crosswalk.
Northside Hospital believes women deserve better.
Northside is rolling up our sleeves and getting to work.
We got your house call.
Heard.
Learn more at northside.com/heard.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. You can too. GeorgeStein.com.
This is Scott Slade. Let's talk about how to improve your chances of living a longer, healthier life. For me, it's preventive medicine. My doctor saw one funky number in my lab work that eventually led to a diagnosis early enough so I still had options. You just got to have a medical professional looking at you every so often, especially when we're talking about heart disease, the nation's #1 killer. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. They've got the best CT imaging in the Southeast with 98% accuracy and low radiation, like flying in an airplane. They can detect calcium levels in your arteries and most cancers at the earliest stage. And virtual imaging can scan your brain to see if you're in danger of a tumor, stroke, or even dementia. So don't put this off, especially with this offer from virtual imaging. For a limited time, they're offering you and your spouse a free heart scan. Yes, free with a few minimum requirements. I've done it. Call 404-678-SCAN. That's 404-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
When did Anderson Cooper begin morphing into Apple CEO Tim Cook? Every time I look up and I see Anderson Cooper, I have to remind myself, oh, that's not Tim Cook.
He's only 57, too. He's a young guy.
Yeah, how old is Tim Cook?
Let's see.
Yeah, people think Anderson Cooper's older than he is because he went white.
Tim
white
Cook is
hair.
64. Timberlake's got
So
some
don't,
years.
Don't say that like it's so bad. It's only
Yeah.
I'm going to be 61 in a month.
Well,
so,
you know, Tim Cook,
it's
Scotch.
really hit it on. Like 64 is like the oldest.
Well, I mean, he's 64, which is
That's beyond death. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
Take him out of the
Give
shed.
up.
Come on.
Yeah, to the farm with Jared's dog.
But I have to say, I thought Anderson Cooper was older than me. He does, but when guys go totally white hair like that when they're young, I think it kind of follows you.
Well, when
right?
he's
Like-
preserving democracy the way that he is.
Well, it's stressful being a gatekeeper for what information the American people should be allowed to assess for themselves and what they shouldn't. It's a lot. It'll gray you up a bit.
I'm shocked a Nepo baby would go gray so early.
Oh, is that your whole thing? He's a Nepo baby?
He is.
Is he really a Nepo baby? Like when they're putting CNN together, like, hey, that lady who made the jeans.
Well, first he
Her
was in
kid.
the CIA, and then he was in
All
the
right. Yeah, that's what Autumn's saying. I don't know
Mhm.
why, but that's what she's saying.
I know the
She's
story.
like, yeah.
I know the conspiracy.
Well, what's the conspiracy? He was in the CIA. A lot of people are in the CIA. It's a conspiracy that he is the listen, CNN, their ties to the intelligence agencies are way more than one reporter. Way more.
Wolf Blitzer.
Well, I mean, just all of it. It's a convenience. It's almost
Blitzer?
like what they say about access media for entertainment. I give your stupid movie a good review so that I can get the Tom Hanks interview. The same thing happens with CNN and Fox and MSNBC. All the reporters have their favorite general or leaker or intelligence person, and they want to maintain that access, so they don't mess with them. They don't. They get the scoop on some kind of stupid story, and so they don't ever challenge them. So that's basically what's going on there. It's more than anybody. I mean, Tucker Carlson, didn't Putin make fun of him because he didn't make the CIA, or he tried to get in the CIA and they rejected him?
You are too stupid.
Yeah. Putin respects people in the CIA more than he respects Russians or Americans.
Yeah.
To him, that's just anybody that can make it in the intelligence agencies. Those are the only people he's interested in actually having a conversation with. It's like, presidents, they come and go. Yeah, you get involved with American presidents. 4 years later, you get another one who's completely different. And now you're talking about it's like, I don't mess with those. I mess with the real government, the intelligence agencies.
Shadow government.
Yeah, the government that's always there. Those are the people that I'll talk to. You want to do this?
Why not?
The experts say.
Experts say. Experts say.
The experts say.
Experts say.
The experts say on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
Autumn Fisher's favorite segment of this show.
Yeah, the experts,
Yeah.
they think things that might happen.
Now, I think sometimes what happens here is that Jared just picks the wrong experts say stories, and you go, well, who cares about that? And I don't know this. So let's not condemn all the experts. Let's just have fun condemning Jared.
Wait a second. How did I get involved in this?
Let's see how it
I'm
went.
an expert in radio. Thank you very much.
You are an expert in radio. Let's see what that'll get you in 10 years. All right, go ahead.
Have you heard of activate.org before?
Activate.
Activate.org.
.org. Is that okay? Hold on. That's I bet you it's some sort of political thing, and you get movements activated and stuff like that and somebody who's 23 buys into it, like they really think they're going to do something, and it'll have no effect and it'll go away after a while.
Like today,
am I right?
Today is a big day with it being Earth Day. So,
oh yeah, wow, man.
So Activate Climates, they have their own little subsection within activate.org.
Oh yeah, okay. Come on, dumb 20-somethings.
And
we got stuff for you here at this website.
They are
It'll
saying,
make you feel like you're doing something. You're not, but
It's a nice website.
I'm sure it is. What intelligence agency runs that? Can you do a reverse kind of thing, George? Where does the money behind Activate.org come from? I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of intelligence somewhere, tie-in somewhere.
well, Activate Climate's silent majority to supercharge action.
Silent majority, by the way. I'm sorry.
Experts say.
I'm sorry to jump in there, but to the left, you're borrowing a Nixonian phrase. Silent majority is a Nixonian phrase.
They'll come out and vote for me.
That's right. They're the silent majority. So what was it again? I know I was interrupting you, but I felt like it was important.
With it being Earth Day, it's very important for us to know this. So Activate Climate's silent majority to supercharge action, experts say.
It's not going to happen, but it'll convince a 25-year-old that if they get involved, it will. And then somebody gains power from that. And so that's what's going on. Have fun, 25-year-old. You're not going to change the climate. Nothing you're going to do is going to change.
What if I plant a tree today?
It's like, okay, it's a nice tree. Plant a tree because you like to plant a tree. I'm not against planting trees as long as you plant them in the right place. Don't plant them in the middle of your living room.
If I plant one on North Ave, is that okay? Right in the middle of North.
Right in the middle. Yeah, like that one.
Over 5 manuals.
We were talking about Waymo coming to town.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
And you're seeing the Waymos going around.
They're driverless already.
Yeah.
The people that are reporting on them, including I guess us too, they are already driverless.
Well, when I was
That's
in
what I'm saying.
Phoenix a few weeks ago, there were a lot of them going round and round. And I think Phoenix is easy because it's flat and it's on a grid. But Waymo in Atlanta's got to figure out, okay, am I supposed to go around this tree that's in the middle of the street? There's a lot of, I think Atlanta will be a harder city.
Which peach tree
in a
should
place
I go?
like, yeah.
Well, maybe
Where
that's why
am
they're
I?
doing it here, is because they need to put it to the test.
Yeah, well.
And they also have to drive.
As Elon has said about going to Mars, some people will die.
And especially
they will.
for those inside the perimeter too. I mean, there's two kinds of drivers too. At least those that make up the majority. You have the ones that are terrified, that never come to the city, that drive super slow, that don't understand to get over to the right lane.
You're talking about women.
No, I'm talking about.
Sounds
just
to
people,
me like you're talking
this
about
applies
women.
to men and women. These are
excellent driver.
These are people that are not from or not familiar
So
with
you're not being a misogynist.
with the city grid. They ain't from around here, and they clog up our city streets.
Yankee.
And they don't realize to get over into the right lane and out of my way. And then you have the Atlantans that
My
will.
way.
And then you have the other ones that just drive super fast just to slow down at the next light. It makes no sense. You see them fly by you just to stop.
What does this
right
have to
at
do
the
with
light.
Waymo?
Waymo has to figure out what setting to go to, whether they're going to be on the guy or
Activate
gal
douchebag mode.
For me, the hard
D-bag mode, driving super fast just to stop at the next stoplight, or on the flip side, are you going to have the driver that's like, oh, I'm super cautious. I've never driven on a four-lane road before. Oh, no.
The driverless thing, to me, net technology, and I haven't read that much about it, but to me, the hardest thing would be that the human being has a little thing called experience. So if you're driving and you see another person close, they're on the sidewalk, but hey, are they going to go out? Are they going to go into the street? Are they not? Now, you, as a person who's lived a life, know that if there's a big difference between that being a 5-year-old and that being a 65-year-old woman as to whether or not there's a danger of that person suddenly jumping out into the street. How does that technology put that life experience that obviously a 5-year-old toddler is more likely to jump into a street than a 65-year-old woman who has lived long enough to know that's not a good idea. So that's the part of the technology that I would find the most difficult. Mapping things and stopping is relatively simple these days, I think.
I did sign up for the test run of it, so I think they're going to do
Why?
$10 runs. Well, because it's going to be cheap. I'm down for a $10 Uber or Lyft.
You'll
I'm
just
great
give
with
your
that.
data to anybody, won't you?
Hey, I'm in a
Yeah,
cast for a
it's
year,
great.
but it
They
was
gave you a free beer.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, you can drink in them, probably.
Let's say if it takes me from
Puke in the back.
from West Midtown to Buckhead for $10, hell yeah, I'm in.
Until the terrorists take over and drive you into it.
Into the
lake.
Grand Canyon.
That's right.
Doors are locked.
Alex,
Can't
yes,
go.
it's going to happen. Alex Williams says the bumper-to-bumper battle continues on 75 into Morrow.
Yeah, all due to this travel advisory crash we've been watching for about an hour now. 75 southbound, Terra Boulevard, exit 235. The good news is the tow trucks have pulled away, just waiting on hero units to hopefully start picking up some cones here. Regardless, you are stacked and packed leaving Central Avenue. Take Terra Boulevard, Highway 1941, Jonesboro Road, I-675, some alternates there. They just blocked and reopened all lanes on the south side perimeter in the same area. 285 eastbound before Jonesboro Road. Got a stall off to the right there. 85 northbound, still on and off the brakes out of the cab in Gwinnett from Chamblee Tucker up toward Pleasant Hill. Secondary slow zone starts right around Sugarloaf Parkway for the ride up to 985 there in Swanee. How are things looking on Georgia 400, City Darden?
They're really stop and go coming off 285. Really going to be on those brakes through Sandy Springs, past Dunwoody even. Really no relief until you get to exit 6 at Northridge Road. Southbound, things do look a lot better. Only a little bit of volume there near the Mount Vernon Highway as you're making your way towards 285. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, you just made my day.
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
Switch your termite protection to Breda Pest Management, and your rate is locked in for 10 years. And Breda's termite guarantee is unmatched in the industry.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
We were ready to sell, but I got so overwhelmed with everything that needed to be done. Accepting the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate shortened my to-do list.
Hi, this is Mark Spain. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home stress-free and receive the strongest cash offer in the industry. With our guaranteed offer, there are no showings, no open houses, and no stress.
And the value of getting all of my time back that I would have spent on home repairs, priceless.
Go to markspain.com to receive a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Certain restrictions apply.
Rhino Shield is better than paint because it will keep your home beautiful, and it's backed by a 25-year transferable warranty.
Get a free estimate at rhinoshieldga.com.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
If you're in the market as a home buyer or seller, there's a lot of noise out there and a lot of options. Should you find a company to buy your home, or accept a guaranteed cash offer, or do a traditional sale? Each of these has an upside, and each has a downside. Hi, I'm Deborah Morton, founder of Clario Real Estate. My team and I can offer all of these, and we help our clients sort through these choices every day. If you're thinking of buying or selling a home in the next 6 to 12 months, we can give you clarity so you can decide with confidence. My team and I are the experts. We have helped hundreds of families move and are ranked in the top 5% nationally. At Clario Real Estate, we can provide clarity on the best approach for you. Oh, and I'm also the real estate expert and host of the show Inside Georgia Real Estate, airing right here every Saturday at 1 p.m. Go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com and tune in this Saturday at 1 p.m. for more. Clario Real Estate, real clarity, real certainty for the real value of your home.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
Your neighbors won't say what they're thinking, but I will. Your siding is hideous. Dave Baker here for the only siding company I recommend, Nelson Exteriors. Your ugly siding is faded, warped, cracked, rotting, and just falling apart. Nelson will properly install beautiful new siding with unmatched quality and craftsmanship so it lasts and lasts. They're licensed, insured, and a James Hardy Elite Preferred Contractor. Count on Nelson for an extraordinary renovation. Google Nelson Exteriors.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Georgia Power is proud to support the hardworking line workers who keep the power flowing and our communities going. This is Scott Slade. During Line Workers Appreciation Month this April, it's a good time to remember that line crews are working every day to maintain and upgrade the power grid and are ready at a moment's notice to help restore power in harsh weather conditions. It's a rewarding career. And Georgia Power is looking to develop and hire more line workers, and you can get paid while you train. Visit georgiapower.com/thankalineworker. and learn more about the people behind the power.
Hit the horn. Yes, indeed. It's time for Eric to toot his own horn. All that I want to get across to my audience before I retire and set off into the sunset is just every once in a while ask yourself, well, who's behind that? So I said, and I did not know this beforehand, but I'm used to, who's behind that? What's the name of that website you were talking about?
It's all part of activate.org, but it's
Right.
like the climate section. So activate climate's silent majority
Okay.
to supercharge action. That's
And
the
I
story we talked about.
said, well, let's find out. I'll bet you if you look at who the money is behind activate.org, I bet it won't be long before you find an intelligence agency, some military. And lo and behold, we looked into it. And what do you got there? George and Tim Andrews both.
I'll start with mine, the three ones, because George's are interesting too. National Science Foundation.
Okay.
U.S. Department of Defense.
Oh, well, there you go. Thank you. Excuse me, I have to pat myself on the back because I'm trying to help people out. So that just because reporters rip and read doesn't mean that's how you have to live your life.
Adventures. Advanced Research Projects Agency Energy.
Yeah, there's Palantir behind that somewhere.
In California, Massachusetts, and New York all give money that
That's
could probably be used for the homeless in their states.
That's right. So your tax-paying money is put toward these things to face toward the youth to get them all excited about one thing or another, make it easier for them to control. Does that sound like conspiracy to you? That means you've been led astray because it's just facts. It's just the way that it works. Anybody, did he hit most of the big hitters there? Or?
Those were all the government agencies. And there was a couple of private equity companies that fund them, like such as Lower Carbon Ventures.
Okay, Lower Carbon Ventures. Can you give me the people behind Lower Carbon
I'll look into
Ventures?
that. You've got-
I'll bet you'll find more of the same.
Yeah, right.
Where that money's coming from.
I think overall, though, come on, who doesn't want to help the climate, Eric?
Well,
Even
listen.
if it's all these defense agencies, all these private equity groups, they all have their heart in the right place.
They're not trying to control anybody or make a
No.
message, a narrative or anything like that. They just care so damn much that they didn't tell you they're going to use your taxpayer money, taxpayer funds on that sort of thing.
I see Autumn Fisher on the name of the list with all these people, too.
Well, she's got a lot of money.
She does.
You know, I
she spreads it
quietly
around.
donate.
That's right. Until now, quietly until now.
I
Till you're
apologize.
outed.
Really busted me here.
I apologize, but
Not
I
about
figured
Jared.
you deserve some credit there.
Just all you need to do in life, just ask yourself, who's behind this? Websites don't put themselves up. Movements don't start themselves. And if you want any sort of tax break or anything along those lines while you're doing these nefarious things, you have to go public somewhere. Now, it's in all of these sites that sound like they're the greatest new thing and wonderful and justice and blah, blah, blah. Somewhere in there's a page where you might get the truth. It might be the about section. Some sections of these things have
FAQ, frequently
this
asked questions.
funders, things like that. Or sometimes you have to really you got to go deep in your search. But websites don't create themselves. Movements don't create themselves. Money makes the world go round. So it's always a good idea when you see something that looks good and cool and good for humanity, it's always good to say to yourself, where's the money coming from for this? Where's it? And if it leads back to Palantir, nothing good's coming out of it. Alex Williams says there's better news on 75 in Clayton County.
Yes, we have that, Eric. That crash has cleared heading toward Morrow, 75 southbound Terra Boulevard, exit 235. So hopefully things back into Hateville near Central Avenue will start to recover. It's put extra pressure on 675 south through Ellenwood as people have been using that as an alternate. If you're traveling 285 southbound in DeKalb County, still slow, but getting a little bit better as you leave the Dorville area, trying to make your way down into Tucker. Once you get down to Lawrenceville Highway, La Vista Road area, it definitely cleans up for that ride down toward I-20, the East Freeway. How is the ride on I-20, speaking of that East Freeway, Sydney Darden?
Well, we are still dealing with that stall. I-20 westbound near Panola Road, exit 71. It's sitting in the left lane, still causing you a big slowdown. If you're leaving Stonecrest, you could use Covington Highway, but you're going to encounter some delays there as well. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Our weather is so unpredictable, and your roof takes all all the abuse. If it needs repair or replacement, think of Findlay first. The Roof guys, the perfect match for any roofing issues. Schedule your free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com. Roof.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, USDA Choice Bone-In Ribeye Roast is on sale for only $8.97 a pound with your digital coupon. Limit 2. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
As Georgia's homegrown leader in business insurance, Builders partners with thousands of local businesses to safeguard workers and help them return to their lives after injuries. Explore reliable workers' compensation solutions at BLDRS.com. Builders, insurance built strong.
Hey, it's Scott Slade with another big update from my friends at MyLend. They've got a new mortgage available to those of you who own a rental home or investment property. This loan allows you to qualify based on the cash flow of the property. And that means you don't need to provide your income or employment like a traditional mortgage. It's special programs and industry knowledge like this that keep me talking about the abilities of my friends at MyLend. Whether you're looking to buy a new home, refinance to lower your payment, or need to see how you can access the equity in your home to pay off other debts, do yourself a favor. Call my friends at MyLend. Countless 5-star reviews and testimonials from homeowners just like you. MyLend's been a top mortgage lender in Atlanta and a friend of mine for decades. Give MyLend a call today. 770-817-2000. That's 770-817-2000. Online, it's mylend.com. Spell it M-I-L-E-N-D. NMLS in Georgia residential mortgage licensee 148769. Located at 8995 West Side Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. MyLend is an equal housing lender.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio, news sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story, Atlanta's massive tourism industry, feeling the impact of economic instability. Here's a report all new at 6 o'clock.
Atlanta is preparing to welcome visitors from around the world for major sporting events this year, but William Pate, president and CEO of the Convention and Visitors Bureau, says,
I think there's obviously a lot of uncertainty in the economy right now. Uncertainty makes people nervous about spending, and of course that can have an effect on travel and have an effect on business travel, which is also really important to our business.
He says on the convention side, attendance is slipping, but they're hoping to attract new events to the city to keep their momentum going. In Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
74 degrees in Atlanta. Spotty rain showers tonight. Will this rainy pattern stay with us for a while? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A warning for Metro Atlanta parents about drugs disguised as candy.
Fayette County Sheriff's deputies thought they found candy, cookies, and chips during a traffic stop, but Sheriff Barry Babb says while the labels look legit, the snack name was altered.
Right before the word nerds is medicated,
meaning infused with the chemical in pot that gets you high. Other variations, Cannaburst instead of Starburst and Trips Ahoy instead of Chips Ahoy. Sheriff Babb fears an unsuspecting child will overdose,
especially one that can't read.
Sheriff Babb's advice, closely check everything your child eats. Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
You can see examples of the THC-laced snacks at WSBRadio.com. Hall County Schools offering a $5,000 reward following Monday's lockdown at Chestatee High School. The sheriff's office says the phone threat was likely a swatting incident. Investigators say the number used to call in the threat was not local. The male caller said there were explosives on the campus and he threatened to harm students and staff. An investigation determined the threat was a hoax. Swatting is when a prank call is made to force a large emergency response. A mother accused of drowning her daughter in a pond in Sandy Springs 2 years ago is found not guilty by reason of insanity.
A Fulton County Superior Court judge finds Asia Calabrese Lewis couldn't distinguish between right and wrong when her 1-year-old daughter died in a pond off I-285 in May 2023. The child was initially reported missing but was found dead in the pond a few hours later. Sandy Springs police initially arrested her on felony murder and cruelty to children charges, but later argued she wasn't fit to stand trial. An evaluation earlier this month diagnosed her with bipolar disorder and mania. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
A sexual predator is sentenced to life in prison in Cobb County.
The FBI tipped Cobb police that 20-year-old Cooper Hamilton was producing and sharing illegal material involving a child through the dark web. Cobb police found more than 200 videos created by Hamilton, which showed multiple acts of abuse and secret photos that exploited children online. Hamilton pleaded guilty to 25 charges of child molestation and sexual exploitation of children. Cobb Superior Court Judge Gregory Poole called Hamilton a predator who poses a significant danger to the community. Hamilton received a life sentence plus 20 years. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
The funeral for Pope Francis is scheduled for Saturday in St. Peter's Square. CBS's Delia Gallagher reports from Rome. Cardinals are now planning the conclave to select a successor.
There's about 138 cardinals that will be in the voting. And because Francis has chosen them from what he calls the periphery, so from countries that don't normally have cardinals, or even places in a country that didn't normally have a cardinal. So it's actually a really important moment for these new cardinals.
The public will be able to view the Pope's body lying in state at St. Peter's Basilica tomorrow through Friday. U.S. health officials plan to phase out 8 food dyes.
Studies have found that artificial colors that create vibrant colors mess with the child's developing brain.
Food and Drug Administration Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary says this is common sense. The move could trigger an overhaul of many products on U.S. grocery store shelves. It is 6:04. The Von Haessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Still recovering on the south side from that earlier travel advisory. That has gone. 75 South Terra Boulevard. Still seeing the brake lights between Hateville and Forest Park, and it's slowed 675 even more so as people use that as an alternate on and off the brakes, leaving the south side perimeter down through the Ellenwood area. Long-standing crash remains in that left lane we've been telling you about, I-20 westbound into Cab past Panola Road, exit 71. Heavy delays back toward the mall at Stonecrest. If you'd like, you could always use Covington Highway as an alternate. And we've been watching plenty of brake lights through downtown and midtown, Sydney Darden.
I'll say, especially for midtown, it's a really rough ride, especially if you're merging on from Georgia 400 to I-85. You're going to stay on those brakes past 17th Street, past the Grady Curve until you get to I-20 on the northbound side. Similar story, really start hitting those brakes around Langford Parkway, 75-85 northbound past the downtown area until you get to the top of the Grady Curve, making your way through Midtown. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies with a few light rain showers passing through. A rumble of thunder can't be ruled out. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers, high near 80. Thursday, mostly cloudy with off and on rain showers, morning lows in the mid 60s, daytime high 79. Friday, Saturday, and heading into Sunday, partly to mostly cloudy with an isolated chance of rain, morning lows in the low to mid 60s, daytime highs in the low 80s.
74 in Decatur, 72 in Powder Springs, and 73 in Jonesboro. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
That's right, Caiaccio. Wave those 4 fingers in the air like you just don't care. Because hour 4 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. Would Trump just say that, look for a big day on the markets? Wait a minute. Like, I'm a soothsayer. I'm seeing tomorrow. Oh wait, woo! I can't unsee that. That was autumn at 5 in the morning. I meant I went further.
Hey.
Get
up.
Seeing
School
time.
I'd wake up.
She left her face in a
Lovely.
jar by the door. That's what I'm saying. See, I'm looking into the future. Tomorrow I see big day on Wall Street. What am I seeing? I'm seeing at least maybe 2,000 points, maybe, definitely one, somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 point gain. And the reason I'm seeing that is because, as you know, the markets move wildly on every whim that happens, and then we just got this.
Trump says he has, quote, no intention of firing Fed Reserve Chief Jerome Powell.
Bye! It's going to be a big day tomorrow.
It's going to be a very big day.
You know that thing I'm not allowed to do? I'm not going to do it.
Yes, well, people would like you to kind of lay off and let him do his job. You do your thing. And also, I gotta say this about Trump: the whole loser thing is losing its. It doesn't have bite anymore.
Its impact.
Yeah, at some point, you've called so many people losers.
What should I say?
Well, I mean, something that has to do with his job or why he's not doing his
not
job.
Not very good with money.
Okay,
Not just
but
a blanket
just,
insult. like-
another loser. It's just
Another
like
loser.
I just think that this is not having the bite. With I mean, they got the core crowd. They love to hear who the latest loser is. But then you've got
They
'cause
like the hits. hits.
You got core MAGA. They want the hits.
Right.
And then
Have
you've
you heard
got
about the lonesome loser?
he gets
He keeps on. Well, he's a
he gets
loser,
beaten
but
by the Queen of Hearts every time, I believe.
you know, Jerome Powell hangs out with George Clooney quite a bit.
That's another thing. You can't just call everybody losers. It just doesn't have impact. You got to have
Well, I guess
something
I need
that,
a new routine. You're saying.
I'm tweaking it.
Uh-huh.
Everybody, that's
Needs
what
to go on the road.
Yeah, comedians do that. They tweak
Open
it.
mic night.
A little open mic.
mic
Try
rally.
some new
Yeah,
material,
right.
new ways to offend people.
Kind of busy.
I think that now, when people hear that you called somebody a loser, they just kind of ignore it now.
John
It's like,
Roberts is a loser.
Yeah, just okay. He's the
Look, I can help you here,
Supreme
Trump.
Court guy. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Some synonyms right here: failure, flop, dud.
I like
I like
loser.
flop.
Dud. Dud's not bad.
That's a good one.
Flap.
Yeah, Dud's a good one.
He's
Too.
a flap.
Yeah, flop. I don't know about that. You got the flip. You got the flop.
Flippity floppity.
Flippity floppity. I like Dud. He's
I feel like
Dud.
you might call a woman a flop.
What? I call
I don't
Snow
know why.
White.
I feel like if it's
flop.
like if it's a man, like if you think about him calling a man a flop,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel as good. But somehow it sounds like flap.
I think that you don't call people flops. You call things that didn't do well.
An
flops.
album by Katy Perry.
That would be a flop. That was her comeback album.
Didn't do
I
so
hear
well.
now that she wishes that she says she's still glad she went to space, but she wishes that maybe all that footage from inside the cabin didn't get out. But I mean, that was the whole idea.
What's
it was
the
a PR
point, then?
stunt. It's called a PR stunt.
She's
That's
also
why.
getting sued in Australia by another Katy Perry too. I mean, she's going through a
What?
lot this week.
Who?
There's another Katy
It's
Perry.
me, Katy Perry.
Oh, really?
I'm suing her.
Katie
I
Kylie
don't
sued her a
like her.
couple of years ago, but I don't know how that went. Katy Perry. There's an Australian Katy Perry.
There is, and they spell it
Yeah.
just a little bit differently. But I feel like she's in the. I want to say that she's fashion, but I want to double check.
Yeah, but I mean, Katy Perry, we know, has been around since she was relevant and people liked her stuff. She did a Super Bowl halftime
Well,
show.
look, I also kissed a girl, and I liked it.
Yeah, she's a
that's-
fashion designer. I read this correctly.
But what
It's
is
great.
she-
Who was
It's-
famous first?
Who was famous first? Who's
Well, who's counting?
well, I think that you can't sue somebody.
It says it's
for
a
having your
trademark
name.
dispute in Australia. I'll find out which one is.
So
which
they're,
one's been
they're
around
just talking about the Australian market, whether or not she can use it in the Australian market,
She
not
can't
around the
come
world.
out to the outback.
Katy Perry, U.S.
Apparently,
Right.
apparently, I don't know if Katy Perry could sell to. If Katy Perry went on tour and she came to Atlanta,
Who, me?
No, not you. The other
All
Katy.
right. That's why I'm suing, you see.
Yeah, it's true. It's difficult to keep you apart. So if she came on tour and she came to Atlanta, where does she play?
Oh, Katy Perry's going to be Mercedes-Benz.
No.
How can
Yeah,
that be
absolutely.
if everybody hates her?
Tabernacle.
No. She would be.
All right, I think Tabernacle's a little small.
All right, Phillips.
I think there's
Well,
no
that's-
such
I
thing.
know, yeah. State Farm.
Get with the
Yeah,
what are you, a
she'd
time
be-
machine?
I don't know. You get used to calling it, then some bank buys it. And
She'd be two or three nights at State Farm, one at Mercedes-Benz.
How
Oh
is
yeah,
that?
where did Taylor Swift play?
Mercedes-Benz.
Obviously,
Yeah, she's 10
Mercedes-Benz.
times more
What I'm
successful.
saying is, so how am I supposed to buy this idea that Katy Perry is universally disliked if she can do 3 nights at State Farm? That doesn't make any sense.
There's enough fans of her.
We hate her, but we have to go see her. What?
I feel like it's a noisy minority with her.
Huh? A noisy minority.
On
Is that
August-
the opposite of a silent majority?
on August 20th, Katy Perry is playing State Farm Arena.
Okay, one night.
There you go.
And she
One
can't
night?
use her real name because her name is Kate Hudson. So she can't use that.
Yeah, because that's already taken.
That's my best friend's name.
Well, you
we're
better
gonna
start.
sue her the pants off her.
It does say that Katy Perry who spells it Katie in
Katie. That's a whole different name.
Like Katie, the real way.
Katie. That's a
Katie.
real Australian kind of.
She's had
Katie.
she's had her clothing line in Australia since 2008. So
All right, so how long has she been around? Not long.
yeah. So
Well,
I
I
think
don't know. When was
Okay,
Firework a
first.
hit? In 2012?
It wasn't
question.
firework.
That
It was
home-
first, it was I Kissed a Girl.
All right. When was that a hit?
let's see.
Firework
cares?
is when she peaked.
After me. That's all that matters.
All I remember Firework was in that movie, The Interview. What was that, 2012?
Kiss the Girl came out in
2008.
Okay, I think the Australian Katy Perry's onto something because she probably
Yeah,
didn't come out
right.
with merch.
All of her U.S. dates are severely undersold.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so you're wrong. She can't do 3 nights at State Farm. She can't do Mercedes-Benz. People don't like her. If you're not
I think
caught
she
on,
could.
I
I
don't-
just gave you evidence.
She's giving you evidence. She's coming to town 1 night at State
I
Farm.
got a gut
Tickets are
feeling.
still
I got a
tickets are
gut
still
feeling.
available.
I got a gut feeling.
I'm
I
telling
don't know
you.
how long those tickets have been on sale, but do you think if Taylor Swift was playing State Farm, the tickets would still be available?
No. Well, number one, Taylor Swift would definitely be at
I
Mercedes-Benz.
understand that.
multiple nights.
Follow me. Follow me. I understand that. You're not teaching me anything. What I'm saying is, if Taylor Swift was at State Farm for 1 night, do you think the tickets would still be available?
No, there'd be none.
Right, because she's wildly popular.
Jared, does your wife get annoyed with you like Eric gets annoyed with you when you don't concede to a point that has been made?
You just kind of keep going over it. Obviously, I know that Taylor Swift could not only play 1 night, but several nights at Mercedes-Benz. My point is, either Katy Perry is popular or she's not. If she's not popular, she can't go on one of these huge tours because you need to be popular so that people will spend $3,000 a ticket.
I would say the fact that you're saying that she's not popular is not, I'd say that that's incorrect. She's still popular with her crew. She has enough people and enough of
to
her
do
fans.
1 night at State Farm. Well,
See,
it's
I
on
know,
sale now.
I believe me. I hear you from the tour. I hear what Tim brought
Tons
up.
of tickets available.
Can I get in? I like her. Actually.
Yeah, well.
I like Firework. I like
You
to
could
see her.
go.
She doesn't play that anymore.
Oh, she's
Nah.
she's
You know what
done
she'll
with
probably
us.
do? Isn't there some like alien one that she's saying about like being an alien or like going to Mars or something? There's
I
some
don't
like
know.
outer
wouldn't
space
really,
one that she's saying.
I wouldn't really go see her. Come on, for heaven's sakes. Although I did
For
like this. I like the Supertime half. The Supertime half.
That was a good
half show.
Supertime half
Supertime
show.
half show.
That's like the Japanese version.
I know. It's like, when they, when
It's
they
the
get it wrong,
knockoff.
it's the bad translation.
Super time half show.
They love that Super Time half show.
We all love a good Supertime half show.
Who
please.
wouldn't? Look at the name. It's amazing.
Except for Katy Perry, because apparently if she was to play it, neither team would show up to play the game these days. That's how unpopular she is. I don't quite understand it, to be honest with you. So what? I mean, I don't get what is so offensive about her. Okay, you didn't like her album.
Again, she worked with Dr. Luke.
Wendy's hates her.
And here's the thing. She's the only artist. She's the only musical artist that's ever worked with Dr. Luke. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, after Kesha, nobody else. Oh, come on. That's not an excuse.
People
Not an
think that
excuse.
because he had already been canceled, that for her to, I guess, resurrect him or to use him,
Right.
that
By
that
the
it
way,
was a problem.
If you think you're on Team Kesha, you're not. Alex Williams says there's big rig trouble on 75 in Kennesaw.
Yeah, just found this stalled tractor trailer, Eric, 75 northbound, just north of Chastain Road, exit 271. It knocks out the right lane, and it's putting extra pressure on the ride on 75 north back into Marietta. You're slowing right around at North Marietta Parkway, 400 northbound, seeing a few brake lights from the Northridge area as you try to make your way up to Northridge, or from the Sandy Springs area, trying to make your way up to Northridge, exit 6. Then another tap of the brakes in Alpharetta. 85 northbound, sluggish from 285 up into Norcross. That other slow zone hits you at Sugarloaf Parkway in Gwinnett County for the ride up to 985 in Swanee. Also been tracking some brake lights on I-285. Sydney Darden.
Yeah, I-285 westbound on the outer loop near the Dunwoody area. Really slow past Georgia 400 until you get past Roswell Road. They're at exit 25. That's where you're going to start seeing some relief. But Georgia 400 northbound, really stop and go coming off the 285 connector there until you get to exit 6 to Northridge. This report is sponsored by Amiris Bank. At Amiris Bank, we're with you. Find out how they can help at amirisbank.com/with-you. That's amirisbank.com/with-you. Amiris Bank, we're with you. Member FDIC. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Sad news for Catholics around the world.
Pope Francis, the news has broken within the last hour.
Pope Francis, the first Latin American pope, passes at 88.
First Jesuit pope said he wanted a poorer church, one that would include the excluded.
For up-to-the-minute coverage of the Pope's
This
passing
was the sound at the Vatican.
and what comes next. Stay with 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
Creation displays such a beautiful landscape. You deserve to see it all. Don't let your old, big, and bulky windows block your view.
It's Jonathan and Ted from North Georgia Replacement Windows.
Brighten your home with more daylight and bigger views with Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows.
Our windows come with narrow frames giving you more light. Experience the Infinity from Marvin fiberglass difference at your home or in our new Alpharetta showroom.
Infinity from Marvin, replacement windows, yeah!
Spring is the time of year when everything blooms, including love. If you're thinking about proposing this spring, visit my friends at Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort. They can educate you in the engagement ring process and help you pick that perfect ring for your perfect partner. Tara Fine Jewelry in Beaufort, just 3 miles from the Mall of Georgia, but miles apart in service and selection. Specializing in love since 1985. Tara Fine Jewelry.
Is painting the house on your project list? Make this the last time you paint with Rhino Shield, backed by a 25-year warranty.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Here's another thing I'm going to predict. Hegseth's going to go. It's just not going to be while this swirl is on. I think Trump knows that he could have done better, but he doesn't want to give the media anything. So my prediction is that somewhere over the next couple of months, when there's the least amount of spotlight on Hegseth, all of a sudden I'll be like, well, we mutually decided to part ways. I mean, this guy. And if we lose him as Secretary of Defense, what are we going to do without? I mean, this is our first snarky Secretary of Defense, and I've grown to love it. You know, I like my Secretary of Defense to be snarky. And you know what I like to see in my Secretary of Defense after questions? I love it when I see a good rolling of the eyes. Oh. To me, I know that's a guy I would follow into hell.
He's in control.
He's in control when he rolls his eyes and he makes fun of the media in a snarky way. What are we going to do without that? What do we get? Some boring guy?
I'm
who
sure
just
somebody
actually
from
knows how to do the job.
Somebody from Raytheon could come in who could
Yeah,
roll their eyes.
That's the problem. That's the
Nikki
problem.
Haley in. Nikki
Oh
Haley
yeah,
would be
she
great.
wants to go to war with everybody.
Yeah.
But he has got some kind of countenance.
I wish he was drunk all the time. Went on TV drunk. That would be great.
Well, you think if he had a problem, he probably did. He probably was on TV drunk at least once, or at least
I mean,
slightly
now,
hungover.
Hey, I don't care about Signal.
Signal is this.
Considering that he's still
Pete Hegseth. Any question you ask Pete Hegseth, his answer is from the same people who brought you the Russian hoax. Yeah, okay, we get it, but could you answer the question too?
No.
Is that enough for MAGA? Like that you give them that and they go, okay, I'm full.
Damn right.
Pull back. I'm done with the buff. That's true. I don't need to hear anything else.
They probably assume that all criticism of anybody he appointed is just manufactured. 'cause
Well,
they
some
hate
of
him.
that is brought on by, it's the whole thing. The whole thing is rotten to the core. I mean, everybody's lying about everything all the time. But other than that.
And the responses, like you said, are terrible.
Yeah.
Just answer the question. Keep moving.
I like the way when he's asked about something and he says, "Are you still asking that question?" I think that's rhetorical because he knows that they are. I mean, they just asked the question.
I don't know. Send
I
Stephen
don't know
Miller
about
out.
grammar.
I like Stephen Miller. I don't like him, but I mean,
Right.
he's a good guy.
Stephen Miller, a guy you can never imagine laughing.
No.
Ever. Like, could you imagine Stephen Miller? I'm talking laughing, like with the boys. Like you can't barely get out of the chair. Like your gut, he's just laughing. Things have got. You cannot imagine this Stephen. Maybe once, maybe crack me a little smile, a little bit.
His face would explode.
Yeah. And he and Hegseth with the slick-backed hair.
He doesn't have any
Oh, that's
hair.
right. He doesn't have any hair. That's right. That's what happens. Hegseth keeps on doing that. He's not going to have any hair left. You slick it back like that. What is he using? Brill cream from the 1950s? What is it? My goodness gracious.
A little cream.
Dapper Dan.
Hair is like...
Little goop.
What will we do without a Secretary of Defense who doesn't know how to give a snarky response? It's almost as if he's still on TV. Oh.
Who was our
That's
last
nice.
one?
Secretary of Defense? Boy, that's a good question.
Lloyd Austin? Or was he-
Lloyd Austin. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Remember he died for a weekend
Yeah,
or
he
something, and
disappeared
nobody
for
knew
2
where he
weeks.
was, and
Hey, he had a cold.
the media was like, "Oh, we don't care. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine."
At least he's
Look
not
this
drunk.
way. Lied to the president. He lied to the president or
Yeah.
something, and it was like, it's fine. We were going to go after him on 60 Minutes, and then somebody pointed out that he had a D in front of his name, so we just let it go.
Also, very connected with Raytheon as well, too.
Well,
So-
yeah,
so
he
big
worked.
time
No,
money.
no, this is how it works. He was in the military most of his life. Then
Mhm.
he left the military, and then he goes to Raytheon for a few years. They build bombs and such. He made about $3 million, and then he came back and became the Secretary of Defense. You know what? Maybe Hegseth's doing just fine. Maybe that's exactly what we need, a snarky eye roller, rather than, some dude who just made $3 million off of a company that makes bombs and kills people.
I'll be looking forward to his show on Newsmax 2 when he's fired.
Hegseth?
Yeah, Hegseth
You
will
think
be he's
he's
on
going
News-
straight to 2? I think he goes...
Did you give him a shot on Newsmax 1?
I see a twist.
I mean, you got Greta Van Susteren over
MSNBC.
there.
Oh, he could do a show with me.
I see a twist, MSNBC.
Why not do that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
MSNBC.
Yeah.
Oh, they'd love him.
Greta, are you going to work with him over there? On,
You know, he could come on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be fantastic. You know, we could sit and talk about policy and the military.
Yeah.
Drinking. His hair products.
So that's my prediction. Trump, in his mind, knows this dude's got to go. But he's not going to do it now because he has a whole thing about not giving the media something, a scalp, he says. But he knows. The fact that he did the signal thing a second time, I mean, honestly, that you're just not, just come before the American people and say, I use Signal, I like Signal, I think it's a good thing to use. Tell us why. Tell us why. You get totally in trouble for it, and then you use it again? That's just a matter of, hey, I haven't had a good fight with the media lately, right? There's no way that somebody's that stupid. No. Everybody says it's wrong, but me and Trump say it's right. So I'm gonna double down. That's our new policy. When everybody else says it's wrong, we're gonna double down. We're gonna double down on what everybody else says is wrong. And who knows? Maybe they're right, and then they'll be geniuses. That's what could happen. After all, Trump's not going to try to fire Jerome Powell, he says, which means the ridiculous stock market, which goes 1,000 this way or 1,000 that way based on who farted and where, will be up 2,000 tomorrow. So enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, I got a text that Truth Social is going to come out with Truth Plus. So you get 24/7 news coverage over
Sign
there,
up
too.
now, MAGA.
Yeah.
So, hey, maybe Hegseth will be over there.
Boy, I tell you what, we just can't. We don't get enough news about the Trump administration. I need to
Truth
sign
Plus.
I need to get the plus. Alex Williams is still watching the Big Rig Trouble on 75.
Yeah, still watching it, and as we speak, Eric, you're bringing the good luck once again. This truck is getting himself off to the right, 75 northbound in Kennesaw, had been in the right lane just north of Chastain Road, exit 271. He's just moved himself to the right shoulder, but either way, still slow as you make your way out of Marietta. Now, if you're traveling downtown, we're still slow, southbound from the 85-400 merge down past North Avenue. Northbound delays University Avenue up toward Peachtree Pine Street. Long-standing crash, been out there a while on I-20 in DeKalb County. Sydney Darden.
Yeah, 20 westbound near Panola Road. They did have all lanes temporarily blocked, hopefully to get off to the shoulder, but it looks like hasn't quite made that happen yet. So you can expect delays pushing you all the way back to Stonecrest, almost into Lithonia, if you're headed towards 285. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
You should never need financing for a simple garage door repair, but it's happening here. Out-of-town companies have invaded Atlanta for a cash grab, charging outrageous prices. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Stay local and stay on budget for every opening of your home. All Four Seasons, trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell.
And I'm Monica Pearson. Dale and I have worked together for years, first at WSB, and today helping you find Georgia's best companies and sharing why they're the best.
Monica, one of the first companies I researched and recommended is AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care. For more than a dozen years, they've consistently met my 7-point standard and honored my Make It Right guarantee. And I know you believe in AMCO just as much as I do.
Dale, over the years, we've both reported about people getting taken advantage of. So I'm keenly aware what it takes to deliver not just great performance, but great customer service. People who follow my advice literally stop me on the street and thank me for referring them to AMCO.
We all need mechanics we can trust for correct diagnosis, efficient repair, and fair price. Not just for transmission repair, but engines, brakes, check engine lights, and so much more. Call the locally owned AMCO near you.
And I know their nationwide warranty protects you everywhere.
That's AA.
MCO.
It's the active season here in the ATL. Are you going to be active or inactive because of chronic joint pain? Hey, it's Mark Aaron back from my pals at QC Kinetics. I want you to know something. The medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Atlanta are on the case and focused to finally get you the relief you need. With QC Kinetics, the science solid. They give you your life back without surgery, without drugs, and without any downtime. Get out and be active this summer. Golfing, swimming, tennis. Heck, pickleball seems to be picking up speed. Get out there and be active. Don't let your chronic joint pain hold you back. Curious if you'd be a candidate for these treatments? No problem. Consultation totally free, and they're happy to take a look and see if they can help you finally get relief. Call now and find out how easy it is to get back to enjoying life without chronic joint pain. Now, the best time to get started. Call QC Kinetics now, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026 for QC Kinetics.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top story, it is the WSB Money Update, and the Wall Street roller coaster is in full effect.
I think one of the reasons why we're seeing such tremendous volatility is because of the high degree of uncertainty about the future.
After a day of big losses, stocks bounce back big time today. Money analyst Mark Hamrick with Bankrate says instability will be the norm for a while.
One day we're concerned about the president suggesting that Jerome Powell isn't long for the Federal Reserve. The next day, the White House talks up the notion of prospective progress with China on trade talks.
The Dow today gaining over 1,000 points. The S&P and NASDAQ both up more than 2.5%. Atlanta's massive tourism and convention business is impacted by economic uncertainty. William Pate, president and CEO of the Atlanta Convention and Visitors Bureau, says for now he is not worried.
We've got some plans that we put in place to really help shore up and grow 2025 and on through the end of the decade.
Those plans include bringing in conventions that haven't been in the city for decades. 74 degrees in Atlanta. How long does the chance of rain stick around? Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. Fayette County Sheriff Barry Babb is warning parents of THC-laced products that look like candy showing up in the metro Atlanta community.
A child, especially one that can't read, they're going to start eating this.
During a recent traffic stop stop, deputies recover a large number of these products, mimicking Skittles, Doritos, Oreos, Starburst, Chips Ahoy, and more. The sheriff says parents should keep a close eye on what their kids are eating. The convicted murderer mistakenly released from jail in Clayton County will soon be coming back to Georgia. Kathan Guzman appeared in a Florida courtroom today where he did not oppose extradition. Once he returns to Georgia, Guzman will begin serving his life sentence. He was convicted in October of killing his 19-year-old ex-girlfriend. U.S. Marshals recaptured him near Orlando April 11th. An Atlanta man faces charges of sexually grooming a child.
Arrested when he showed up expecting to have sex with a girl under 16. That's according to the Hall County Sheriff's Office, which alleges 48-year-old Ali Shahmarzadi has spent the last 2 months cultivating an indecent, illegal relationship with someone he thought was a juvenile. Internet Crimes Against Children investigators say he sent pornographic photos and videos and described what he wanted to do to the quote-unquote girl. He's been jailed in Hall County facing 16 felony charges. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Plans are in place at St. Mary Major Basilica in Rome, where Pope Francis will be laid to rest. CBS's Tony Aiello reports from Rome. The funeral is Saturday.
He chose to be buried at the Basilica, a favorite of his, instead of at the Vatican like most popes.
It speaks about his humility. It speaks about his love of peace.
Tomorrow, Pope Francis's body will be moved in a procession from the private chapel of his Santa Marta residence to St. Peter's Basilica, where he will lie in state until Saturday's funeral and burial.
After the funeral, the focus shifts to picking a new pope. A new report shows anti-Semitic incidents were down in Georgia last year, but some categories saw concerning jumps. Rachel Sass with the Anti-Defamation League says incidents on college campuses in the state were double what they were the year before.
While college campuses used to be relatively marginal in terms of a location of where anti-Semitism occurs, it's now become one of the major epicenters of where we see anti-Semitic activity.
Nationwide anti-Semitic incidents hit a record high at more than 9,300. The college football playoff announces dates and times for quarterfinals, semifinals, and the national championship game next season. It includes a triple header on New Year's Day with the Rose Bowl moving to 4 o'clock. The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in Atlanta is a semifinal matchup. It'll be played Friday, January 9th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It is 6:34. It's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple Team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Checking the ride around 285. Still seeing the westbound delays on the outer loop, north side perimeter. 285 westbound slows from Ashford Dunwoody over to Roswell Road. Then it improves as you approach 75, exit 20 there in Cobb County. The inner loop, 285 east and southbound. Still seeing the delays starting right around Chamblee Dunwoody Road, exit 30. Take those through Dorville, passing I-85. It remains sluggish down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway in Clarkston. And 285 east and northbound, a little slow into Cobb County from Flat Shoals, trying to make that transition onto I-20 eastbound. Some better news for those traveling I-75 north toward Kennesaw. Sydney Darden.
Yeah, there was a stalled big rig 75 northbound just past Chastain, exit 271, that was blocking one lane. Now it's off to the shoulder. Nonetheless, those delays still linger, though, as you make your way towards Ackworth and Woodstock, so just be prepared for that. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies with a few light rain showers passing through. A rumble of thunder can't be ruled out. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers, high near 80. Thursday, mostly cloudy with off and on rain showers. Morning lows in the mid 60s, daytime high 79. Friday, Saturday, and heading into Sunday, partly to mostly cloudy with an isolated chance of rain. Morning lows in the low to mid 60s, daytime highs in the low 80s.
Storm tracker radar shows some scattered showers around the metro area at this hour. A heavier band moving into Georgia from Alabama. 70 degrees in Noonan, 69 in Dunwoody, and 74 in Midtown. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Kayaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
A DUI conviction could get you fired, get your license suspended, and increase your insurance rates. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. I recommend you talk to my friend George Stein, the DUI lawyer. Go to georgestein.com.
O'Reilly! Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Noonan on Summerlin Boulevard next to Kroger, now through April 29th for the grand opening sale. You'll get 2 times O Rewards points on select purchases, including 5 quarts of any Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil to get to your next reward twice as fast. And buy one, get one free Coca-Cola products at your new O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Barlow Lexus of South Atlanta, they just don't sell cars. They set the standard of amazing. Enjoy personalized service, a Starbucks cafe, and airport parking concierge because you deserve more than just a car. Visit ButlerLexusSouthAtlanta.com or call 800-NEW-LEXUS today because they value you.
I guess apparently Trump has said that some tariffs on China are going down as well. He didn't say how much.
Just on the sex toy.
So they're at 145% right now, and they won't be that high.
Okay. So in the last 15 or so minutes, he's let the world know he's not going to try to fire Jerome Powell, and that the China tariffs are not going to be as high as they appear to be.
Are you scrambling, Trump? What's going on over there? No, I've been on the phone with she.
I think Hegseth must be worrying and say, oh no, he's coming to his senses.
I woke up out of the haze. You're fired. You're fired. Get out.
Here's a story that's almost certainly BS. New color.
Oh, yes.
New color never... But you have to read it to go, well, this doesn't even... New color never before seen by the human eye discovered by scientists, study claims. Now, this is a People article, so I can read it pretty quickly. It shouldn't be that much labor.
A lot of ads, though.
Yeah. Scientists conducting targeted retinal stimulation claim to have discovered a new color. In a study published in Science Advances on Friday, April 18th, a group of 5 researchers stimulated retina cells in participants' eyes who, afterwards, claimed to have seen a color no human has seen before. The color, which scientists call Olo.
Olo.
Like, take a couple of minutes there. Sounds like a greeting. It's a greeting and a goodbye. Scientists call it Olo, is something of an extremely saturated blue-green. The study examined the vision of 5 participants, 4 male, 1 female, as well as 3 of the researchers themselves, all of whom have normal color vision. University of California professor Ren Ang told BBC Radio 4's Today program that Olo is, quote, more saturated than any color that you can see in the real world. Huh?
Okay.
Isn't that where colors live in the real world? He then explained how a new color could even come to be perceived. Let's say you go around your whole life and you see only pink. Baby pink, a pastel pink, he said. And then one day you go to the office and someone's wearing a shirt and it's the most intense baby pink you've ever seen. And they say it's a new color and we call it red. You following me?
Not really.
Well, I'm going to show you that that's not a ridiculous statement right there in a moment. Researchers directed a laser beam into one eye of each participant, then looked into a contraption called Oz, a device with mirrors, lasers, and other optical devices. Normal vision involves all 3 cone cells in the retina, S, L, and M, which are respectively sensitive to blue, red, and green.
Obviously.
And the 3 types' functions overlap. However, the laser only stimulated the M cone cells in the retina, which essentially allowed the human eye to perceive a color that never occurs in natural vision. Is that really finding a new color? If you can only see it in your brain?
Wow, what a shot!
But didn't they say the participants also said that it was different?
Hold on a second.
Geometrically, that should not have happened.
All right, now on him.
That's what I heard.
So, it just seems to me that this is something that you're
Dumb.
seeing in your brain, but if you don't see it in the real world, is it a new color? It's more of a concept.
Yeah.
It's more of a concept. It's a thought, really.
Joe Biden sees it.
Yeah, it makes him hungry. But this is that whole thing I said about the pink thing, and then it turns into red. Remember, I brought this up before. Apparently, the ancients, they didn't have a color blue. No, this is a known thing. Now, they saw the world that we saw, but they didn't have a color that they called blue. They saw blue as, the perception of blue as a distinct color might be a relatively modern concept. The idea that the ancients didn't see blue is a misinterpretation of historical text and color perception, but it's more accurate to say that ancient languages often lacked a specific word for blue as it's understood today, and blue is sometimes categorized or described differently, perhaps as a shade of other colors or in a more general way, like the pink thing that just happened here. But if you go back, we were talking earlier because Christopher Nolan's going to make the Odyssey. Apparently, when you go way back then, in all the text, nothing blue. There's no blue.
What do they call the sky?
They thought the sky was, I think, a part of green. Blue was like, find out what it was, but it was
the
like
sea too. I mean,
it was right. They didn't call it blue. They saw it as a shade of another color, which is interesting because these are primary colors.
Yes.
And also with blue, apparently, it was real difficult to make the pigment, so it wasn't available to artists, so it wasn't used in art and things like that until whatever year. Obviously, by the time you get to the Renaissance and all that, it's a blue world.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the ancient times, nobody said blue to each other. So I guess we can have... But
That's not what I heard.
But is it really a new color if you can only imagine it in your brain?
No. I don't think so.
I
You
mean,
said, it's a concept.
It's not a color if I can't see it. Yes?
In Homeric texts like the Iliad and the Odyssey, the sky is often described indirectly with terms like bronze or wine dark.
It's like they just did not. They just had not. Obviously, the sky looked the same.
So they do have a word kyanios, which is a Greek word, and it's related to cyan.
Okay.
Used for dark shades.
Yeah. So it's weird. You think of blue as just being a part of the. I mean, look at me today. I'm all blued out.
Yeah.
If I was walking around in Homer's day, they would think I was some sort of freak from another dimension. What is that color?
What is that wine color
what
you
is
have
that
on there?
Deep dark wine stain he's wearing as a jacket.
The bronze jacket you're wearing.
But apparently there is a weird thing where if you're told about colors and stuff, you start to notice them or something. I don't know. These people are saying this might have some kind of, help out with color blindness or something like that. I don't know how. Well,
the Olo effect.
The Olo effect. Hey, take a
What
little
about
time.
oleo?
Well, I think it's an off yellow, I believe.
Margarine.
It's like,
Yeah. It's like a pale yellow.
Can you take just a few minutes? It's a new color. You're claiming it's a new color. Why don't you give it something? Give it a good
think about
name.
the name chartreuse.
Yeah.
How nice that sounds.
Yeah, to think.
Oleo.
Olo.
Olo. Oleo.
Yeah, you could name it anything.
I like the color Olo.
You could call it Dubdubliac. Something.
Dubdubliac?
Dubdubliac.
That won't fit on a crayon.
I don't know. Well, you don't need this for a crayon because you can't see it in the real world. Is it a
The
color?
concept of a crayon, you couldn't fit it on it.
No. No, I'm holding it right now. I've got it.
Oh, yeah.
I've got it. Olo.
I can't see it, but I know you have it.
I have it right here.
Alex Williams.
It exists everywhere and nowhere all at once.
Alex Williams says Alex Williams exists everywhere.
There you go.
Says there's unfortunately a crash lingering on I-20 in DeKalb.
Been there far too long, Eric, in the left lane, I-20 westbound past Panola Road, exit 71, and it has cooked the ride back to the mall at Stonecrest. You don't have to take an alternate, but if you'd like, you can always jump up and use Covington Highway. 20 eastbound starting to thin out as you leave 285 for the ride out into Lithonia, and still seeing a few brake lights, but improving. 85 northbound out of DeKalb in Gwinnett County. You're seeing those delays from 285, but improving once you get past Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99. How are things looking through downtown, Cindy Darden?
Well, it's still a rough ride if you're making your way to the downtown connector from 85 Georgia 400 southbound. But once you get there, it's only a little bit of stop and goage through Midtown past 14th, past 17th Street. It does break apart well before you get to the top of the Grady curve. That's better than what we've been seeing earlier today. This report sponsored by Georgia Commute Options. With Georgia Commute Options, you can get more out of every mile, earn prizes, gift cards, and other cool ideas when you switch from driving alone to a cleaner trip. More at mygco.com. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB Radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, you saved my day.
Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
The wreck was bad. Dealing with insurance can be even worse. Smiling Mark McKay here for John Foy & Associates, The Strong Arm. If you've been injured, you need an experienced winning team. You need The Strong Arm. Pay nothing up front and get your free case evaluation at johnfoy.com.
Superior Pro is committed to low prices and high quality with American-made windows, siding, painting, doors, and more. Right now, purchase siding from Superior Pro and get half off the painting. SuperiorPro.com.
The pros to know.
Hi, I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell, and for over a decade, I've trusted America's best choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks. They've built their reputation on quality craftsmanship and honest pricing, and I've seen firsthand how they put customers first. That's why I proudly certify them for windows, doors, siding, and decks. And with ABC's 3-way warranty, which includes my $10,000 Make It Right guarantee, you can invest with confidence.
Spring is the perfect time to update your home, and America's Best Choice makes it easy with these spring specials. Highest quality, energy-efficient windows starting at just $299. Take 10% off a new deck and create the outdoor oasis of your dreams. Enhance your home's curb appeal with limited-time spring pricing on siding and doors. No pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com today to schedule your free consultation. America's Best Choice. Quality you can trust. Prices you can afford.
Beaver Direct Certified, providing the highest quality vehicles at the very best prices. Every vehicle undergoes rigorous reconditioning with the industry-leading 12-month, 12,000-mile certified warranty. Visit us at beavertoyotacumming.com and see why everyone loves Beaver Direct.
When someone's AC is on the fritz, drains are clogged, or wall outlets are sparking, Castile Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical never asks, how soon do you need it fixed? You know why? Because no one in recorded history has ever said, oh, take your time, just whenever you can get to it. We just assume how fast can you get here will always be the answer. So Castile will be there same day, and we won't leave until you're 100% satisfied. See? Sometimes it's good to assume. It gets your AC fixed fast. Book today at CastileAir.com.
Avoid the stress of preparing to sell your home. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can skip the hassle of spring cleaning and sell your home for maximum value. Hi, this is Mark Spain. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Storm season officially here, friends, and it wreaks havoc on your house and your roof. It's Mark Aram here. If you truly want peace of mind about your roof, and for many years to come, ask Dr. Roof about their lifetime warranty. Dr. Roof's warranty means they have your roof covered for the lifetime of your roof, and if anything comes up, Dr. Roof will take care of it. You never have to worry about a thing. They stand behind it since they've been in business for over 35 years. Now that is peace of mind. All the info online at drroof.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
No helping you. I tell you,
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people are just born with hate in their heart. I guess.
Jared-
There's no hate.
Jared's one of them.
You know you do. You try to help.
He's nice when the mic is on, but when these mics are off,
I call things as I see them.
Hey,
Eagle
Autumn.
eyes.
Yo.
I know you use that Temu, but watch out. They say that they're going to raise prices as Trump eliminates the de minimis import loophole. The de minimis, I believe, is something that was always like
It's the space between your. Well, okay, never mind.
Yeah, from your elbow to the end of your index finger. No.
Yes, that.
It is. It's like I think it was like $600 or something. They wouldn't be taxed. So the Temu stuff was allowed to stay super cheap because it fell under the de minimis loophole. They weren't sending enough to be taxed at some level. That is not perfect, but it's something like it is.
Okay.
Autumn, who now is friends with every communist in the world online.
The Temu
queen uses uses the I think her social media platform she uses called Mau Mau. And and the Temu is her answer to giving it back to that Jeff Bezos. So I just want you to know that it might go up a little bit
Okay.
because of what's happening
I
now.
haven't been on Temu because I don't have the money.
We're going to you can't afford Temu.
I mean, come on.
Times are tough.
Radio's worse off than I thought.
mean, hello.
Let's get positive here at the end. Now I'm told.
Let's get positive.
I am told that I have not heard this.
This is
So
great.
this is two sisters. Are they twins or not?
They are twins. They are identical
Yay,
twins.
They're absolutely twins.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're from where?
They are from Queensland, Australia.
Okay,
It's
we had a lot of Australia on the show today. But
Bridget Powers and Paula Powers. Are
all
their
right.
names.
Now I feel bad. I had to ask because I think this is supposedly going to make me laugh. I had to ask. Everybody's okay because it surrounds a carjacking. Everybody's alive. Everybody's good.
Yes, everybody.
I don't want to go
appears to be good.
home and later on, I can't believe you SOB. You'd make fun and that girl got blowed up. Like I don't know. I didn't know
Well,
that.
it's not really about what the story is. It's about these two.
Right, but even so, if somebody died in the carjacking, it's not
Sure.
not a good look for a pillar of the community such as myself. So I have not heard this, and I'll just let it go.
Two sisters have told how their mother and man raced to help when the carjacked SUV rolled on Steve Irwin Way, only to find the gun-wielding car thief emerging from the wreck. Here's some of what they had to say.
And one guy, he was up there with our mum, and he went up there, and he was coming back down towards us, and he goes, "Run! He's got a gun." And our heart started to pound, and I said, "Oh, Mum, where's Mum?"
You gotta watch it
and
now.
poor Mum was stuck up there, but apparently our brave Mum, she goes, "Are you all right?" Because he had all blood all over his face, and he goes, "I'll shoot you." She goes, "Hey, I'm here to help."
And Mum distracted him to make him look the other way, and he looked the other way, and Mum ran into the bush behind the fence.
What's happening?
And the guy goes to her, "I'll find you and I'll shoot you."
They're
Oh
talking in
my.
unison. They're wearing the
That
same
sounds
outfit.
That sounds like you go, Mom, she keeps repeating me, kind of thing. That's
I saw it on a David Lynchian thing where it's like when David Lynchian characters exist in real life.
right. I am going to at least hold out a little bit that we find out that this was tampered with a little bit.
It's not. You can see it.
You can watch it, yeah.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
but there's AI, doing some crazy stuff. I just want to hold it out there just so in case I can go.
You think there's a
"Oh,
little reverb added on there.
Something.
It's
that just
not,
that
I'm
seems
telling
too.
you,
That
it's
just
insane.
They're
that's-
dressed exactly the same.
Yeah.
Bridget and Paula Powers.
Well,
Bridget and Paula Powers.
everybody's okay. I hope everybody's okay from the carjacking. I hope justice was done.
I feel good.
While you guys are just joking around, I'm worried about justice, my friend.
Isn't that what you wanted at the end of the show? You wanted us to have fun.
Well, in a way that promotes justice.
That's
I
Australia.
didn't know there was a caveat.
Fun justice.
Fun
Fun justice.
Fun
All right. That music's telling us two things. Shut the hell up. Get the hell out. You know us. We're good people. We do what we're told. We never push back. We never rebel. Shelley Winter's coming up. He's got a great radio show for you. We're going to come back tomorrow. Big hump day show, as they say.
Yeah.
That'll start at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us. But until then, continue on your journey. Do not piss off the genie.
And the guy goes to her, I'll find you and I'll shoot you.
Two sisters have told